YouTube. Chatting with Justin Russell.
Jesse's here. Are we live yet?
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay. So I guess we're waiting for...
Yeah, I didn't... It's weird when you set up a live stream in StreamYard. Or at least, you're probably used to it, but I'm not.
Here's the thing. If I was paying for StreamYard, I would be highly peeved at it sometimes. But because I'm not paying for StreamYard, like, I just take the foibles in, you know.
It's hard to complain.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Rob on the internet says it's odd with us guys on the wrong side. You mean the dark side? We're on the Books Fest rather than Rain Dance? Or you mean that we're... I think it's just that we're swapped, eh?
Sorry. What?
What? Okay. There we go. So... I want to, like... I haven't changed my my settings since we were in on my channel. So I think Burnskin says Gunky. This is cool. There's going to be a bunch of names that I don't recognize. Oh, okay, really? Is that how it's going to be? Gesticle Brain Dance?
I haven't seen Morgan in a while. Hey, buddy. I keep forgetting I can do this.
You sure can.
We are the odd couple.
But I don't think I can do this on your... Yes, I can.
Yeah, of course you can.
Lord Vader, how's it going? This is...
This is my channel. I get to greet people.
This isn't what I'd planned my night to go like, though. It's like...
Lord Vader, whenever you come in and you say that, the first thing I think of is... oh, shoot. What's the name of the movie? Anyway, he's driving the car. He's like, "Oh, what a day! What a beautiful day!" What the hell movie was that?
I don't even know. The way you say it makes it sound like the Joker, though. What a beautiful day! Blows up a hospital. Are you drinking something, Russell?
Yeah, I'm about to get another one. Jeez, if Al was here, I might break open the blue.
I forgot that... Is Al here? No, he said if Al was here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Russell's going to go get a beer. He's going to get a beer. For those of you who don't know me, this was not planned. I had started a private live stream because I'm testing out a new... some new stuff, and in my old setup, my sound was kind of crappy fairly often, so I'm trying to get it all squared away, and I'm hoping that I sound good and I'm not like crickling and crackling at you guys. Lord Vader, are you going to tell us how many days until Christmas? Shawnee says it's pretty boring over where she is.
So feel free to let Jess know about his mic and how it sounds.
Yeah.
And you can play with some settings if you want.
Let me just see where I am right now, settings-wise. Because I think it was Shawnee said she couldn't tell the difference between a 100 and 120 in StreamYard, so I've left it at 120. So if at some point I creak and crack, somebody let me know.
You should try every now and then to go really close to the mic and talk a little bit louder to see if you...
Like get excited by like talking about whiskey again. This stuff gives me the fizz. You know what? I'll talk about whiskey, Land Rover Defenders, and Ana De Aramas, and that should probably test the power of the voice into the mic.
We'll be fizzing all over the place.
Well, moving right along. If there's Alex Bell, I'm going to say hi. Yeah. Hey, they changed their rules about monetization. Have you looked into that?
Hey, William. What rule would that be?
Oh, just a bunch of things that they clarified. Thanks, Rob. They clarified things around adult content. Anyone who's running like a Pew Pew's channel or a Knife channel might have some. Well, they
Again?
were already having trouble with the last new rules that came in. Swearing, they've clarified. One thing that is nice is that heck and hell are no longer considered swearing, but there's no longer a degree. Like I was gonna say, rain dance used to be. YouTube was a bit like the CBC. Like shit was fine, but fuck was not. Hey, I didn't just demonetize you, right?
This isn't monetized anyway.
Right. Okay. Because the CBC rules are you can say shit at during prime time, but harder stuff you can't. YouTube used to have a similar sort of a
Can we get a
similar.
Yeah? Can we get a link to the rule changes? I'd like to
Oh,
see it.
now you're asking me for a link. Okay, hold on.
Heck and
Rob
hell
on the
was.
internet. Yeah, heck and hell used to be part of the light swearing. Where am I going to find this now? Because now I'm on the
I guess
spot.
you know it, it doesn't worry me much, but it worries me a little bit when stuff like that changes because I do
Mm-hmm.
drop the odd F bomb in my videos. It'd be a shame if suddenly 200 videos were all demonetized.
You should be okay because for them, for some reason, it's first warning. It's if it's within the first 8 seconds of the video, there's an issue. If it's later, it's apparently not.
Well,
So there must
well,
be an advertising like threshold at 8 seconds or something.
I don't know, but I mean, it could change, right? That's the
Well,
thing.
yeah, it could change, and that's the problem. That is in fact the problem. I'm looking for if I go to YouTube Studio,
Now I'm checking my content.
like we got an email about it at some point. At some
Oh
point.
shit! I just went and looked back, and one of my videos, one of my recent videos, has limited monetization.
I wonder why.
Is not suitable for most viewers. It remains fully playable and is eligible to earn subscription revenue. Fuck you! It has 30,000 views.
Which video is it?
Uh, hold on. Winter is here. Off
Winter's
grid, living in
here.
a cabin.
Why did they hobble that one?
Well, this is a good question. Like, this is an excellent question. I don't know. It's not like they'll tell you, right?
Yeah.
I just requested a manual review, but it would have been really nice if I'd known that before
But
now.
they don't because like when you got me demonetized last Tuesday, they told me exactly where the issue was, so I just cut it out.
That's a copyright thing, though, right?
Yeah,
This
it's not
is
the same. Yeah, okay.
this
But
is something objectionable.
right. The only time I've ever run into that, they just yanked the video. They just you're whatever, and they just yanked it. Where is the? Damn it, Russell! Why'd you ask me to find this?
Uh, right, that seems to be the only video, but still, that pisses me off. Like,
Yeah,
I want like a notification somewhere that says, "Hey,
yeah.
yeah, we're not showing ads on this video with 38,000 views."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Um, support
Pisses me off.
google.com. Yeah, but where? Ad requirements for YouTube. Maybe this is it. Like I'm looking for the email that they sent us with the new rules because clearly you're as good at checking your email as I am.
Oh, I don't. I never check that email account. That's the one I
Never.
get all the copyright claims from my
Yeah.
live streams.
Okay.
So I wake up Saturday and there's 100 new emails.
Right. Okay. YouTube. A copyright claim was created. No, that's not what I'm looking for. You can now choose your YouTube handle. I don't care. Power through winter driving? What? That's not a YouTube. I don't know. Guidelines. I'm totally boring all your subscribers here. Updates to YouTube's no.
How long
YouTube
ago was
written.
this email sent?
I don't know. But
Like 2 months ago or 2 days ago? Oh, I'm never gonna find this.
I'm not finding it either. Tabernouche. Why did I bring this up?
I don't know. I'm back into November now, and I haven't found it. So
All right.
I
To
think
hell
you're
with it.
making things up.
Yeah, I'm totally making things up.
On the other hand, if I look at this video that is ad limited,
I wonder if it's because something happened within the first 8 seconds.
it's possible.
I just forgot what the hell I was looking for. Oh, yes. No, yes.
Oh, there it is.
Hang on. I'm just looking back through my history because somebody did a video on it.
Oh, I did say I say shit in like the first 3 seconds of that video.
Boom. There you go. Nick Nimmin did. I don't know if this was a live stream. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. When was this? Let me pop this bit. I was about to say, let me pop this bitch open, but that was just okay. One day ago, Nick Nimmin did a video. It looks like a live stream on it. I will share it.
Okay.
I will copy. Then I will share. I will try to find the StreamYard window. There we goes. So there. Oh, I just posted as the Books Fest channel.
Oh, nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah. Bernskin is asking if the changes are related to C11. No, they're not. It's YouTube is in a constant struggle to not lose all their advertisers because of the crap that we do on people's screens. Shawnee, the knife channels and the Pew Pew channels have been in trouble for months now. So I don't really... He goes into it, but it seems that the guys who are in the most trouble... I should have gotten a beer before starting this. The guys who are in the most trouble are the gamers, the guys who are showing like Fortnite and Call of Duty and stuff like that, because they're really going hard on on-screen violence and stuff. So it's
It's what? Yeah, it's weird because it's always going to be like, what's next? What's objectionable today? Eventually, you're not going to be able to show anything.
It used to, yeah.
Just sunsets. That's all we'll be able to show is sunsets.
Beautiful sunsets. Such a pretty
Can't say
sunset.
anything.
Yeah, speak not about the sunset. Speak not. I just keep getting reminded of. We dealt with this a little bit when I was back in film school. What the heck? Oh, is that the one? No. Yeah. I remember. That was a good one. Yeah, that was the perfect way to open up on that.
We'll see what happens after the manual review.
Yeah. It's such a good open. Such a great open.
Demonetized.
No beer. I guess I'll have a little bourbon.
We'll go get a beer.
I'll see what I got. I'll be right back.
Whatever.
Oh. Scott the Foodie says, "Hi Russ, this is cool. I was just watching your first videos before you built your cabin." That was before I knew Russell. Brinskin says everyone knows you run faster with a knife.
Important to know that.
Yeah, that's key knowledge. I'll be right back.
There was a company called Running with Scissors. and they had this animated logo of a person, a stick person, running with scissors, and he kept jabbing himself in the face, and blood going everywhere. I wonder if that's still out there. With scissors. Oh, apparently I can't spell scissors. Is it a GIF? Is it a GIF? GIF? Animated? Yeah. Oh, I don't know where. Oh, maybe not. That or I don't know how to search things. He said, "Oh shit!" Within 3 seconds of the video, just skimmed it, and there's nothing bad in the video. I'm thinking it's because I said, "Oh shit," and then right after that, I went, "Oh." Even though you can't really hear the fuck part, it was pretty obvious that I said it. But we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, I got two things here. I have a hazel nut brown ale. Wow, 6.5%. Okay. Is that how it's going to be? But its best before date was December the 2nd. So if that's all gone, then I have this, which is a double aux framboises, so a raspberry double Abbey style.
I was going to say, who the hell reads best before dates on beer cans? But obviously you do.
Well, I like my beer to be fresh, Russell.
Oh, there's Marcel.
Hey,
Hi, Marcel.
Marcel, how's it going?
No, it's as far as I understood it, Shawnee. You within the first few seconds is important, and then the rest of the video it can't have excessive swearing.
Yeah, the first 8 seconds are the most important part of the video when it comes to swearing and stuff like that. For violence or sensationalist stuff, that 8 seconds is a lot less important. Okay, nut brown ale. Oh, look how dark it is. I love it. It makes me very happy.
Nice.
Alex says, I drink
here's another
all
one.
beer, fresh or old.
Hold on.
Scott the Foodie is making raspberry rock shots. Did this one get hobbled as well?
Maybe it's not that easy to tell on that one.
Well, I mean, I'm not hearing anything, right? Because of that silly issue that StreamYard has where you can't hear it if it's...
Oh.
But I see exactly... I can read lip that well. Read lips?
Sorry, why can't
lip
why
read?
can't you hear that?
I'm not hearing anything.
Why can't you hear that?
But because remember how StreamYard has, if you play something off of your computer, everything is fine. But if you play something off the interwebs, it doesn't really work. Like here, I will...
Okay.
I will do something here. I will do something fantabulous. Hold on. Did I peek? Does anyone know if I went all scratchy when I said fantabulous there? Because I'm trying to be all like dynamic. I'm trying to be dynamic.
I haven't noticed anything.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because if I've finally gotten this thing to sound good, then I'm going to be real happy about it. Because, I like to sound good. I like to present well.
Yeah, I'm usually very critical of all your faults, but
Yes. That's why if you're not saying anything, I feel that I'm probably absolutely... I'm looking for something to show here that's going to be adequately redonkulous. Okay, yes, and you're not going to be able to hear this. So hold on a second here. Share the screen as Brave tab.
Don't fail me now.
See, I hear that. You can hear
I can
that?
hear that. Yeah. Oh, these guys.
Don't save me, I'm good for the weekend. Baby, I'm no good when you pretend.
Okay. But I don't want to,
Demonetized.
So, yeah, well, I remember listening to one of your live streams and it just got taken down or ended because of a song you were playing, right?
Yeah.
Huh. So how come you could hear that, but I couldn't hear it when you were playing a video?
This is a good question. I don't know.
Damn it, StreamYard! What are you doing to us?
Wait, you're on a Mac, right?
Now I'm on a Mac. This is my first time StreamYarding. This is my first time live streaming from a Mac, actually.
That's one difference.
But you know what? It balances out because if I'm using OBS, because I am going to use OBS, I need to install another app just to get sound to work with OBS on a Mac.
OBS on a Mac.
Yeah.
Is Streamlabs OBS also for Mac?
Yeah, that's the one. Hold on.
Okay. Well, there's OBS and then there's Streamlabs OBS. It's a bit different.
Right. Hold on a second. Which is the one that I downloaded?
Says, what happened last night?
Nobody knows.
Nothing.
I have OBS Studio that I've downloaded. Oh, you've got the Streamlabs one. Now, they got into trouble, didn't they?
For what?
Hold on. Is that streamlabs.com?
Yes.
Now, yeah. I believe they had to change the name of that or something. Is that what Streamlabs Desktop is?
I guess.
Yeah, Streamlabs Desktop, live streaming software for everyone. I'll download it. Why not? Yeah, they got in trouble with the OBS community.
Okay.
I don't remember why. I think it had to do with charging and open source, or I don't remember what it was, but it was big news at one point, and their name was Mud.
I see. Yes, they have it for Windows and Mac. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it says live streaming software for everyone. Streamlabs Desktop has everything you need to stream and create a memorable brand. Dude, my brand is totally memorable. Everybody remembers me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure.
Hold on a sec. 3 days. Oh yeah. By the way, I missed the impromptu live stream of yours the other night when you were
Thursday?
editing. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? You just missed it?
It didn't pop up on my I'm going to start that sentence again.
You didn't have notifications on?
I thought I did.
For
I
the
usually
Booksfest
do.
channel?
But maybe not for Booksfest channel. But your Friday night live stream is not on Booksfest channel, is it?
Friday? No, Friday's on the regular channel.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that's what my problem is.
Yep. One of your problems, yeah.
One of my many
Why
problems.
Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta
I
be
got
like
99 problems. Why you gotta be like that, Russell? Why you gotta be hating?
Why you gotta be like that?
Gotta be hating. It's okay. Douche has got a douche.
I'm not hating. I just point out the obvious.
Well, okay then. Whatevs. This beer's okay. I like a nut brown. For a minute, you were doing Booksfest on this channel.
I would love to get a nut brown. They stopped putting Newcastle, honey, was it? Whatever, Newcastle, Nuki Brown. They stopped carrying it in Ontario. I don't know
seems
why.
really weird to me.
It was a good beer.
Yeah.
It's like every beer that I really like, they stopped carrying it.
Yeah, that's weird. That's bizarre. Why do they do that?
You were doing Booksfest on this channel for a minute. Boy, let me tell you, when I opened StreamYard and I went into my account and it's like, I want to go live, and then you got two choices. I've got my main channel and my second channel, and there's the same icon. So it's like, okay, wait, let me pick the right one here.
I get it. Okay. I was wondering why you live stream on your main channel and then you have a Booksfest channel.
Oh well, originally it was because we were just getting too many people on the main channel, and I just wanted to.
You got to
Well,
keep
a
them
couple of reasons.
separated.
We could have more intimate conversations when I do it on the Booksfest channel, but I guess another reason is a lot of people don't like live streams, right?
Yeah.
I lose subscribers every time I live stream,
Wait,
so
what? Why?
because people don't like live streams.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a big step to like, I'm out of here. You live stream me again? Fuck you, bitch. I'm out of here. Like,
Nice. Yep.
yeah, there's a channel that I love on the whiskey side of things. It's the Whiskey Tribe. I mean, they've got a bunch of channels, right? But they started having one of the employees on, Brianna, and she's really kooky, and kooky really puts me off. And so every time like I start one of their videos, if she pops in, I just click it off. But I'm not unsubscribing from them because of that. You know? I mean, it takes a lot for me to unsubscribe. That's a stankin' lie. It doesn't take a lot. It takes certain things to make me unsubscribe, you know? And it doesn't, like, it's not a three strikes and you're out thing. It's a 2 strikes and you're out kind of thing, you know? If it's any of those things. Apparently, Marcel says every time she goes live late at night, she loses subs as well. But I don't lose subs. But I don't lose subs when maybe I do.
Have you checked?
No, I because I don't stress about stuff like that. The thing is, my sub numbers keep going up. I mean, I have lost a few here and there, but I just figured it was because, you know, they thought my content was shite.
Yeah. I just looked at last night's live stream, and I'm +1 subscriber on that, and +3 on New Year's Eve.
Nice.
Now I'm a liar, apparently.
You stinking liar.
Weird.
But like, I guess you get. I'll check my analytics later and see if I'm losing people during my streams, because I'm trying to be all like respectful and shit. You know, I'm not. You know. See, now I'm all paranoid. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. I'll do it later though, because you know, I fear boring the people who are kicking back with us. Andy Francis says the live streams are awesome. He likes your live streams. So obviously you're not losing Andy over the live streams.
Thanks, Andy. Oh yeah, a lot of people do, but I mean, there's almost 60,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
The vast majority, you know, I might get, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might get a certain number of people watching the live stream, but nowhere near 60,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I mean, hey, I'm finally up to it. What the hell am I at? YouTube Studio. I'm finally up to 2,921. But like, my numbers keep going up, and it's always by around 20. Like in the past 28 days, I've made 32 subscribers. That sounds like shit to you, but to me, it's pretty good because I used to make like 2. You know, before. In previous years, but for the past year, it's been actually pretty damn good.
Yep.
You know, for a tiny channel like mine.
Oh, during the summer, 50 subscribers a month was pretty typical, actually. It was awful. Right now, it's pretty good, actually, because the resurgence of that one video, it's like I made 1,200 subscribers in the last 28 days.
Yeah, that's good. I'm wondering if, like, I think summer is not great because of the fact that, like, people are just, they're out and doing things, right? You know, I did lose 1 subscriber during my 3rd of January Beer Blades and Bushcraft live stream. I lost a subscriber.
I wonder if that was me.
It was probably you, because I was just pissing you off so much about. No, I was pissing Al off about whiskey. Oh, maybe it was him.
Well, it could have been me and my straw. It's and you know what else it is? I mean, when I'm doing my live streaming, I'm drinking my face off. So a lot of people don't like that either.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I know that people have had that issue with you before, but Rob on the internet is probably rocking the truth here when he says, "I think some of the people that unsub after lives were the uptight people bothered by special features like it's okay, you can look at my butt."
Well, Gunk of Books Fest would offend a lot of people.
Yeah. Andy says it's a lot harder to watch because of the time difference. There's a live stream that I watch, a whiskey live stream. So my alter ego watches every Thursday, but it's in the UK, so it's sort of like nighttime viewing for them. But I'm in the middle of making supper for my kids when he goes on. So I'm like watching with half an eye, getting food together, getting it. So it's like I'm not paying like 100% attention like I am when Russell is live streaming. Of course, I don't do anything for the entire 3 hours of his streams. I just like straight at the screen.
Lasers.
Oh, beer, you're my only friend. So let's see, did somebody say something funny that I'm missing here?
I gotta see a man about a hearse.
All right, that's okay. We can have fun without Russell around, can't we, kids? Andy, you said that there's a massive time difference, and usually Saturday mornings you have stuff to do because the traffic is a lot lighter. Where are you? I'm not. You don't have to be exact, but I don't know if we've spoken a lot before. So, what's the time difference? Maybe that's general enough. How many hours ahead or behind are you? I'm thinking you're ahead if you're having a hard time watching the live stream because of the time difference. I gotta clean this desk. So up until today, I live streamed with this camera. The camera that I am currently live streaming with looks exactly the same as this, but it's all brand new. And I could afford this with the help of my channel members and subscribers. I got all gooey on them about that during the last live stream, though, so I'm just going to... Oh, you're in the Philippines. Yep, okay, so that's a hell of a time difference. Excuse me. Russell and I have another sub who also lives in the Philippines. Kind of close to that little town or city. In fact, I think... Russell... Oh. He's going to walk away and probably get another drink. 13-hour time difference. So it's 1 p.m. on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, it's 12 here. So, yeah, okay. Thanks for hanging out with us then at this time. Because, yeah, that's prime getting stuff done time, right? Middle of the day on the weekend. Absolutely. So that's cool. Nice to see you then. Russell's got some... Oh, he's putting wood in the fire, I think. Man, I wish I had a wood-burning stove. It's chilly in this basement tonight. I'm wearing a t-shirt just to show you guys how tough I am, but it's chilly down here. Know what I'm saying? So, yeah, since I got this... Marcel thinks it's awesome that... No, that's not it. Sorry. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy about it. So... I'm going to use this camera to help teach my daughter and sometimes channel co-host to shoot on a DSLR. I bought her like a little handheld video camera, you know, those ones that like it flips out the screen. I don't know where it is because it was the same one she uses in the video camp, the video summer camp that I sent her to. But yeah, so that's what that camera's going to be used for. Father-daughter filming sessions. Hi, Russell. Were you putting wood in the fire? Is that what was going on there?
Yeah, it's just a few coals in there right now, and it is getting cold. It's going to be cold tonight as well. Actually, Jesus, 22.9 Celsius, 73.2 Fahrenheit. It's warm at the moment, but I can feel the chill coming in.
Is that exterior or interior temperature?
Yeah, exterior 22.9 Celsius. Really?
Yeah, well, I was, because you were saying, yeah, it's cold. It's 22. I'm like, no, what? What? You suddenly like
That's,
drop south by about 10 degrees?
I'm
It's
looking,
minus 10 here in exterior. Oh, yeah.
that's all I'm looking at.
Well, inside it is, I have no idea. But the heating in my house is lousy. We got to replace the whole thing. But
Hey, Tor.
Torre Kjell Hus.
What size lens do you use?
I guess that's to me.
I got American.
That lens is identical to this lens, and this is a 18 to 55.
Is it
It's
is it the kit lens or did you buy that separate?
it is a kit lens, but I bought this without one because this came with one, and I'm gonna drop everything. This came with that as well. This is an EOS Rebel T4i. Ignore the lens, but this came with one as well. So when my wicked stepmom gave me this camera, not this lens, but gave me this camera, it came with that lens. She gave me this because I was out there in BC, and my camera had given up the ghost, so I had to send it back to Canon. And she had given up on DSLRs. She went to mirrorless, and so this was just sitting there. The lens is on loan, long-term loan from a friend of mine. I use it for taking pictures of birds in the backyard. But yeah, so it is a kit lens. It's a very affordable lens. Like if you buy it separately, it's very affordable, but it's not a great lens. It's an okay lens. It's a good lens, but it's not a fabulous lens. But I
Yeah.
like getting down to 18 because that gives me like a lot of space.
Yeah, me too.
And I've gotten really used to having that 18. So like I've got a 50, 55, whatever it is around here. You know, the nifty 50 or whatever it's called. What the hell is it? But I don't even use it because it doesn't give me as much space as the 18 does, you know?
Yeah, I agree on that completely. Mine is it's 18 to 35.
Uh, just waiting to see what this lens is.
Oh no, it's an 18 to 55.
18 to 55? Yeah, so you got the same lens as I do.
Yeah, and then I bought this one, which was the my zoom lens.
Yeah.
The heck is it? 55 to 250. I also have another lens on my other camera that I almost never use,
Yeah.
which I probably should because it is a better lens. But lenses are one of those things I don't quite understand. I don't know enough about them.
Really?
Like I don't understand how, you can have two lenses. One's $200 and one beside it is $2,000, but they, you know, they're otherwise they're the same lens. Like,
Yeah.
is it $2,000 lens just that much better?
I don't have one. Hold on. I'm looking for. What do I have here? The thing that really determines the hold on. The thing that really determines this is a 24 to 105. Okay. But what made this lens expensive is that the f-stop, the whatever it's called. Oh man, I'm too sleepy. Whatever the f-stops are called,
Focal length?
yeah, doesn't change, right? Whereas,
Really?
I mean, this 50. I mean, that's what is that, a 1.4, or is this the? But I mean, that's not okay. 1 to 1.8. Okay, but that's not going to change because you don't zoom. Whereas with these guys here, it should give us a range. 18 to 55. Where's the range? Huh? Really? Are you going to do this to me? Make me look? Oh, it'll probably be on the front of the lens. So it's so it's 1 to 3.5 to 5.6. So this is not like a black hole where light is concerned, right? This is not sucking in tons of light. Like 3.5 is not awesome, and 5.6 is really not great. Lenses that cost a lot will have one sort of focal, but we've already established that this one is what it is.
Now I'm looking at lenses.
Don't do it. You'll be spending money you don't have. I look at lenses all the time.
Dude, 18 to 135. That would be sweet.
Yeah, that would be very sweet, actually.
It's also $528.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see that they're yipping in Swedish on the side. Jag talar också lite svenska. What are your dogs barking at?
Nothing, probably.
What is going on? This is the part where a bear comes crashing in the window, right? And the dog's like, "See, I told you. I'm barking. You're not listening. What, you want to kick me out with a bear?"
See?
Exactly.
See? Bear.
Right there. Right there. Anyway. That Sasquatch is back. I love it.
There's a 100 to 500 millimeter for $3,700.
What I would love, but will not get, because hello money, because this is a 70 to 200, okay?
Why is it so big?
Yeah, I know. And this is a 2.8 period. The f-stops do not change, which is one of the things that makes this really expensive. Okay. Let me see. And it's got settings like 1.5 meters to infinity or 3 meters to infinity. Like it's got all kinds of stuff happening on this lens. Man, I haven't seen that guy in a long time, but this was loaned to me by a guy who makes his living as a photographer. I'll tell you his stories at some point when we're not public, because a lot of people hate his boss. But I would love one of these, because there's one of these that goes to 300 and 400. Big money. But like, I love taking pictures of birds and stuff. And for that, you need the extra, you need the extra focal length. But as I said, I'm never going to be able to afford that. And I don't make my money as a photographer at this point.
Yeah.
Can I justify this equation really hinges on, will this lens make me money back? Because it won't make me YouTube money, right? I'm zooming in that much on something for what? I want to show not just the embers burning in the fire, but the molecules in the flames.
Well, and the other side of this is, it's videos for YouTube, right? It's not.
Yeah.
it can only get so good. I mean, no matter how well we format our videos or render our videos, YouTube takes it and goes, "Fuck you." The Kodak hammer, bam. So
Yep, absolutely.
These two lenses are probably fine for everything I need to do for YouTube anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Carol's here. How's it going, Carol?
Whee! Oh, look at that! Look at that action.
Nice to see you getting some action.
Yes. Hey, Carol.
Carol.
Good timing, Carol. You got here just in time for the Zoom.
Yeah, we're zooming here. And what's the mic you use on your DSLR? Like,
It's
do you use this thing? Oh, you use a Shure. Okay.
Sure. Do you want to know the actual model?
Sure.
Let me look it up real quick.
I mean, I'm not in the market for a new mic. This is a very good mic. Actually, what the hell did I just buy?
VP83. That's
VP83. It's a shotgun, right?
Yep.
Mic.
Time I've ordered.
YouTube. We're talking about a mic. It's a shotgun mic. I just ordered a new lav mic. I keep trying to get a lav mic that doesn't piss me off. I've thrown a lot of money at lav mics trying to find one that doesn't piss me off, and so I'm hoping that this one, the one that's coming, will not piss me off.
I would like to do the lav mic thing, but like how much annoyance does it add to your editing time? Or no, it's just a remote, right?
Well, that's the thing. What I have been using my lav mics into. When did this become Jesse's show and tell? Is one of these things, the H1, the Zoom H1, classic choice. I have shattered this little safety cage so often it's like it's half glue at this point. But the one that I've ordered is just it wirelessly transmits to a receiver that sits on the camera and plugs in so that it's onboard sound. You're never going to get amazing sound off your camera. You will get much better sound by going into it, but this adds on to your editing, right? Because then you're also right. That's when you're like, okay, I'm recording, and because you need to line up the.
See, that's what I don't want to do. I don't like. I'll have like easily over 100 clips when I sit down Thursday to do my videos. I don't want to have to suddenly start dealing with audio files as well. But the remote thing sounds better. But then, you know what? My DSLR is actually pretty good. I don't have a lot of issues. It's my GoPro that's really, really bad.
Oh, yeah.
For audio.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to do something about that. I think Destiny wants you to get some cheese. Oh, you know what? Damn it, I'm pouring some scotch. Let's talk about scotch for a minute.
I poured bourbon. Okay, I'll pour it back in. No, I'll drink the bourbon.
No.
You drink the scotch, I'll drink the bourbon.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Jess should do a special feature featuring cheese as snacks. No, now I'm hungry. I ate a lot of cheese today, though. We had people over. So we did a charcuterie board, also known apparently as a grazing board, but I've never heard anyone call it a grazing board, or at least not for years. Little charcuterie board, which is like half cheese, little saucisson, whatever a saucisson is, like those little sausages, those little smoky pepperoni sticks or whatever. So much good stuff. So good. Russell's pouring a scotch. Now, Russell, I thought we were going to have this discussion when Al was around. Yes. William Strom says, "Are we familiar with the KISS program?" Yes, that's keep the KISS acronym. Yes, that's keep it simple, sweetheart. Right? Keep it simple, sweetheart.
Okay. Yes, I want to have this conversation. I wanted to have this conversation when Al was around, but maybe he'll forgive me because he's not here.
Well, tell you what, I'll go see a man about a hearse. And that'll give him like 3 minutes to get his arse over here.
Al's went to bed like 7 hours ago.
He does go to bed early. All right, back soon.
Marcel says, "Dang, I guess I'll have a drink." Oh, I can actually put that up on screen. I keep forgetting that. That's funny, William, that you brought that up because I was thinking about that earlier today. I won't tell you why I was thinking that. Oh, I was stuffed up. I don't know why. And my fire's not going. Hold on a second. No, wait, I'll wait till Jess is back. Having the Johnny Walker Blue. Hopefully I don't run up before Al gets here. I can barely smell it. Why am I stuffed up? It's so weird. Yeah. There you go. Good girl. Good doggies. Yep, I'll keep you. I'll keep you. Speak Pulse is very good. What is Speak Pulse? Yeah. It's clearing up my sinuses.
Trial version.
Trial version.
So
Be hilarious for a sec. I
got
check the
cheese.
fire. Get a beer.
Okay, you go check the fire. I'm gonna eat some cheese. This is Oka, original Oka. It's not smoked or anything like that. It is also known as Delish. I mean, it can't always be Brie, right? Or Camembert. Take that legendary homegrown cheese. My mother-in-law lives near Oka. So good. Marcel's having a drink. That's good. I often feel that see, the cheese does tend to slow down the talking a little bit. I kind of feel that having a drink is almost like a cultural imperative for Wrestle Nation, for the army of Wrestle fans. Should come up with nicknames for Wrestle subscribers. You know, like how K-pop and J-pop groups, their fans have like a collective noun. Like fans of the band, the group Twice are called Once. Like Once is the name of their fans. Every K-pop group has, like, their fans are called, or, you know, they have a name. I don't remember many of them because I'm not that interested, to be straight with you, but we need a name for Wrestle fans. We'll call them raspberries.
Raspberries. Ah, shoot.
What's going on there, Russell? Trying to keep your channel alive here, but you're making it a little tough on me.
How about beavers?
The Raspberry Rockers, Rob on the internet says. That works.
How about the beavers?
The Beavers? Now, that could work. Marcel says she thinks we're all just Books Festers.
But those are people that come to the live streams. I think you're talking about just regular viewers, right?
Mm-hmm. Regular fans.
Like the
Raspberry
Dog
Beavers.
Father. The Dog Father barbecue channel. He's got the dog pound.
Does he?
That's what he
Nice.
calls his people.
I like it. I need to come up with a name for my my group as well. I've just been calling them friendlies. That might work, actually.
Friendlies.
Well, I still remember the video where Hey There Friendlies came from. It happened completely by accident. I like to keep anything that happens by accident. I like to sort of keep in some way.
That's how Bookfest came into being.
I sort of picked up on that over time.
It was a typo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bourbon.
Were you just moaning about cheese or,
No.
or bourbon?
I said, Bourbon.
It sounded like a moan.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to be like that. I mean, I like me some whiskey, but you know.
Russell drinks a dram much faster than Jess. I tell you what, I'm trying to recreate the Tuesday night. Late Tuesday
Experience?
night, it started tasting like gold.
How long had it been in that glass when it started tasting that way?
A while, I guess. But do you think that's it? Anyway, this is what I want to talk to you and Al about. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it tonight.
Look,
Al will get upset.
okay, we won't talk about it tonight, but I have thoughts. And they do have to do with letting it sort of breathe. Whiskey that has an age statement, a 10-year, a 12-year. In the Scotch world, there's a saying, a minute in the glass per year in the cask. So if this was a 12-year, then I would pour it and just sort of like let it sit for 12 minutes to let it open up. But that's all I'm going to say, because we should have this conversation with Al around. But yeah, it does have to do with letting the glass breathe a little bit and start to sort of open up a little.
Okay, so for the blue,
Well, that's the thing. The blue has no age statement, so it's probably about a 3-year. Oh, crumbs! My blue's upstairs.
it was a lot. It was a lot longer than. Actually, you know what? It was the second glass I poured too. It wasn't the first.
Oh, Destiny's asking where the glasses are. I don't know. I misplaced them. They have to be somewhere on this desk. This desk is an epic mess. This is a sample of a Glenlivet from the 1970s. So
Right.
for my other channel, I think I might have mentioned this. I went and bought a Glenlivet 12 so that I can compare and contrast, because this is a Glenlivet 12.
Oh, a taste test.
A little A/B action.
See, that's what AB action.
You know, to compare and contrast.
Ana De Aramas. No, that's AD action. Anyway, I'd love to do a. Al was talking about. Was it this the Sandeman 30? Is that the
Yeah.
one you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to try. I'd love to compare like the 20 to the 30, like side by side.
There's a big difference
Okay.
in price.
Like Taylor Flaggate port, the 10 versus the 20.
Yeah.
There is such a huge difference between them.
Yeah.
They're night and day.
Yeah, I have drunk a lot of the 10, but not a lot of the 20, purely for financial reasons. And it's funny because I
know.
today I could afford the 20. You know, these days I could afford the 20, but because I grew up shit eating poor, I can never really, like, I can't make that jump in my head. Like, I'll spend $100 on a bottle of whiskey, which for much of my life would have been an impossibility, but I have a hell of a hard time spending $300 on a bottle of whiskey, you know? So
I have a hard time spending $100 on a bottle of anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that 20-year-old port is what is like $70 plus tax, and it's like the most money I'll spend on a bottle.
yeah. Rob on the
That's
internet
good.
says, sorry, I almost belched right into the mic, and I thought that would be rude to come onto your channel and start, pissing
Yeah,
on your
next
couch.
time, just do it. Just go for it. I mean, no, I'm not talking about pissing on my couch, but
The article's
you said
online.
I could do it.
Yeah, here you go. Rob on the internet. I don't know. There must be some. Here's the thing. The rules stipulate that the age on the bottle is the age of the youngest whiskey in there. So you can have a 12-year-old that has some 40-year-old juice in it. You know, but I don't know, because it's a mélange. What a stupid thing to say. It's a blend, and they're really tight about what exactly goes into the bottle. I have no idea. I know it's all premium stuff, but that's all I know. I like what William says. My desk is an epic journey. Yeah, mine too. Right now, I keep trying to clean it up, but yeah,
I need a
looks
bigger
like
desk.
shite.
I need a desk that grows at the rate of the crap that is on my desk. So my desk has to be like this over time, bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
This is a graph. This isn't my desk.
right.
With more
Yeah.
drawers and more space. That's what my desk needs to be.
Yeah, I get it.
It needs to exist in 4 dimensions.
Ooh, fair enough. Well, it does. X, Y, Z, and time.
I made the mistake once. I made a table way back before I knew anything, and I used like a sheet of plywood and made a table out of that, and it became my desk.
Mm-hmm. I could see that
So-
happening.
It was huge, and it started to gather a lot of stuff.
I'm this drives the missus crazy because she is clinically a little OCD. What's all the bleaking and bluking going on behind you?
You know what? These days, we have so many devices,
they are.
and they beep and they bloop, and they're like, which device was that?
Yeah,
Was
exactly.
it your phone, your iPad, my phone, my computer, your laptop?
These are filthy. I'm not wearing them. Yeah, I have sort of an analog to that, except that it's very digital. Such stupid things I say sometimes. Is that sometimes I'm trying to contact someone, or I'm trying to get back to someone who has spoken to me about being a guest on my channel or whatever, and I can't freaking remember which messaging system we used to talk to each other. So I'm like, okay, it's not on Facebook, it's not on Instagram, it's not on Signal. And that is a weird problem to have. Right?
It
Like
is.
that is a 21st century issue right there.
Yep.
I mean, it's still frustrating, but we live in the future.
Yes, this is the future.
Ain't
Future's
no
now.
flying cars, but it is weird in many, many other ways. I'm saying?
Soon.
Soon. Soon. Absolutely.
Epic journey.
Epic.
My desk is way too small. You've seen my desk, Jess. It's the same desk I've had since I was like 14.
13? Really?
Yeah,
I don't believe it. I
that's a
said
good
13.
guess. my mom bought this for me used, so I would have something to do homework at, and it's tiny. I need to build something that's as big as this cabin.
Speaking of tiny, well, the thing is, you have a cabin. Speaking of tiny, so my buddy Rob, who those OG members of my channel will recognize him from at least one of my live streams and a couple of videos, bought me this plane.
Oh,
This is one of those
Is it
Veritas miniature bench planes. He said, I know you've always wanted a Veritas. Here you go, buddy.
does it actually work?
Yeah, they're fully functional. Some people who make violins use them. Violins?
Yeah.
Except now I'm having a hard time getting it back into the box. Oh, it's because I put it in backwards. Come on, Jess, get with the program. I used to have a girlfriend in the Bronx. And she had a
How long
friend
ago?
who... long time ago. I was...
Good.
Yeah. I took her to France. Obviously, I had a very... oh, look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. Oh, look at the way he treated the wood. Look at the wow.
And the handle was broken too, or and he had to
Well,
put it
now
back together.
that is a restoration job
Yep.
that I would have loved to have watched from Stenson. And of course, it's a Stanley. Is it? Oh no, it's
But
Bailey. Okay.
Bailey, yeah, it's funny. Well, it says
What? No.
where
What?
it says
No,
Stanley
no,
on the
no.
top.
Yeah, it's a Stanley, but somebody carved Bailey into it. I need to see this closer.
Can I? No, I can't zoom anymore.
Oof, it's nice though.
The,
Look
the,
at the
the guy the guy who did this said he's never done a restoration before, but he looked at a couple of videos on restoring it, and that was it. He had to do it.
wow. I
Anyway,
have a couple
sorry
who
to
look like the top picture.
there you go.
Beautiful. I love seeing those old tools being brought back to life and, hopefully being made to work again. Love it.
Yeah,
Because those being made today, I mean, not at Veritas or Lee Nielsen or whatever, but like the Stanleys that you can buy, like modern Stanley, don't do it. Buy an old one, throw the freaking work in because the new ones are garbage.
that one I was showing that'll last forever.
Yeah. Provided you don't drop it on a concrete floor because the steel will shatter. It will absolutely shatter.
Well, yes, provided you don't completely destroy it, it'll last
Yes,
forever.
provided you do not break it, it will last forever. Yeah. I don't know if I should pour another whiskey or not. I don't want to
Yeah.
get...
Remember I told you. Remember where I bought your lantern from? This place. This crazy, crazy place. I want to go back there now and see if they have one of these planes so I can do the same thing.
I want to go back there too. I love places like that. I love them. Buy an axe head here, a plane there, a couple of lanterns to restore. Because I love, like, I will zen out on a restoration video, especially if it doesn't show the guy's face and he's like talking to the camera all the time. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, I'm going to sand it. Like, if it's just showing the item and the person doing the stuff, on a workbench and then maybe sandblasting, and man, I can just...
It's like ASMR.
I just suck that stuff right up. Same as I love Mr. Chickadee videos because he doesn't talk to the camera like at all. All he does is show the process of turning like a big freaking wood log, like an oak log into a bedside table or something. He's not talking. All you hear is like the shh of the planes or the sound of the saws or whatever. And man, that's the kind of content that I will lose a few hours just,
Yeah.
So it's funny that I talk so much in my videos. Like sometimes I'm editing and think, all right, I'm going to cut this entire 10-minute segment out because I just won't shut up.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
When I'm editing, I'm like, shut up, Russell. Shut up.
Yeah,
just shut the fuck up, Russell.
Yeah.
And now,
Funny.
now I know better. I usually know better. I know, when I'm about to do something, I'm gonna like, okay, there's gonna be a talky bit, and then I'm gonna shut up and just because there's such a huge part of us wants to talk and give out information, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna share the roadside view of this place.
Okay. I just want to point out that Snow Dog says, I'm in, I'm out. Take care, Russ and Jess. Have a good night, Mr.
Oh, good night, Paul.
Mr. Paul.
Yeah, this place, the doors are closed, but that barn is just full of stuff. There's 2 floors just full of stuff. And the backyard is full of crap as well. I got to get back there. I also owe him $40, so.
You owe him $40?
Yeah. I didn't have enough money when I was there.
Oh, because he only takes cash?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
And the funny thing is, when I paid for that stuff, whoops, that was the wrong thing to do. When I paid for the stuff, he took the money and put it right in his wallet. No receipt or anything, no cash register, no money box, right in the wallet.
None of that stuff, right in the wallet. Old school. Highly old school. Yeah, I respect that.
Sure.
I don't like it when I'm walking into a restaurant and they do that, but I like it when I walk into a place like that because it's like part of the kind of part of the motif. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, like you almost expect like if the guy whipped out a square or like some some high tech Interact machine, you think that doesn't fit in here. No.
I showed you a video of that too, didn't I?
Yeah. Oh my land! Look who's here.
Right.
Look at that, Sean.
Sean, it'll ask, are you going live tomorrow, Sean? I keep missing your live streams.
I miss
You
Sean's live streams all the time, and like, I'm subscribed and I've hit the freaking bell. So what's going on?
Well, we need Sean to come into Discord and alert us.
Yeah, I think so. Hear that, Sean? Just throw an extra step into your process just for Russell and me, okay?
Yeah, just for us.
Yeah.
Please, thanks.
What am I hearing?
I'm tapping the glass with my fingernail.
Oh, that's your video.
No, that's me doing the...
Oh. Yes,
What
he's
I'm trying
on
to-
1 p.m. Alaska time.
Yep. Can you...
Is that 3 or 4 p.m. us? Is it 3 or 4 p.m. our time? I think it's 3. Is he in the same time zone as Vancouver, or is he like an hour ahead, an hour behind?
I think he's an hour behind.
Okay. Good to know.
Canoe.
Good to know. I had this whole conversation with my daughter about because she was asking, why the hell do words not make sense? And so I sort of went into the whole history of, well, 1,000 years ago, a knight was called a knecht and all that stuff. And then, of course, she asked, like, why does language change? Like, why did they decide to change all these words? I'm like, oh, no. They didn't decide to change. It just happens over time as we simplify, blah, blah. Like, for instance, like an apple, right? Used to be a napple, right?
An apple?
An apple. And over time, it became an apple. There's a name for that process that I can't remember because I've been drinking. I'm gonna
Really?
pour another whiskey. Yes, I have been drinking, Russell. Yes, really.
Yeah, I'm looking for the video of when I went through that shop. I know I showed it to you before.
Yeah. Oh, that shop is like Jesse Wonderland. Okay, that's Jesse Heaven. That's I love that kind of space.
Well, next time you come through here, it's only like, it's less than an hour drive from here.
Yeah. It still makes it pretty far from here. But if I'm at your place, hold on a second. Sean will ask her, why do Canadians call it Z instead of zero? No, we call it Z instead of Sean, that was the most American question ever.
Is he Z 1, 2? No, he's right.
It's not.
Don't you dare make me spit out blue. Don't you dare make me spit out blue.
It's like I came across a TikTok ages ago. This girl asking why Americans use Fahrenheit instead of clitoris like the rest of the world.
22 degrees clitoris right now.
It's like, dude, clitoris should always be around. Oh, stop it. Never mind. It's funny. It's freaking hilarious, actually. So it's funny that we've been live streaming on your channel for an hour and a quarter because we started live streaming on my channel so I could test the sound quality of this microphone.
No, well, it's a good test.
Yeah.
And it sounds fine to me. Everybody else? How does it sound?
Does it sound thick and juicy? Does it sound smooth, chocolatey, fudge-like? I kind of feel like I should go into like one of those 1970s disco songs where the guy's just talking throughout the whole thing. Yeah, baby, I want to be
Jess,
everything.
I'm sorry, you don't have that kind of voice. You should be
No,
in like Saturday morning anime cartoons.
yeah.
You're no Barry White, buddy.
But if only I was. If only. Then I could afford more lanterns. More lenses. More scotch. More scotch.
Yeah, keep that up.
Keep that up? What? Like just saying more scotch? Okay, until Russell gets back. More scotch. More. Actually, there is one scotch, and it's weird because it's a blend, and I'm usually a single malt guy, but there's one I'm dying to try. It's called the Singleton. And what they did was they found one of the bottles that... not Singleton. That's a stupid thing to say, Jess. What? Why do I keep drinking if I'm going to start sounding stupid? It's called the Shackleton. And what they did was they found some of the bottles that Shackleton had brought with him on his trek to the North Pole, the South Pole. I'm not doing so well with the talking, guys. It's okay. We're all friends here, right? He went to the South Pole. He died. His whole team practically died. Meanwhile, there's Amundsen getting to the South Pole and back. But anyway, he was better because he was Norwegian. What they did was they found bottles of Shackleton's whiskey, the whiskey that Shackleton had brought with him, and they, stuck a syringe in, took some out, and backwards engineered it. And so what they did was that they released this blend that is apparently as close as you can get to the whiskey that Shackleton had. Now, 100 or 200 or whatever years ago, not 200 years ago, it was like a century and a bit, whiskey was not exactly a high-end drink. But I'm enchanted by this concept. I'm enchanted by this concept because I would have loved to have been an explorer. I'm enchanted by ideas of these guys, bounding through Africa and discovering Victoria Falls and stuff, and fully cognizant of how problematic Europeans in Africa were at the time. But Russell and I both don't allow political talk on the channel, so I'll just skip right back past that. But that part of me loves the idea of this uber old school whiskey that you can buy and taste, hopefully, or technically, no, maybe not technically, but supposedly what the whiskey he had with him tasted like. And it's affordable as hell. So, we had it available here in Quebec last month, but it's all gone now, of course, because I live in Quebec. So, if you see a bottle that you're interested in, you buy it, because a week and a half later it'll be gone. Freaking frustrating.
Ah, crap. I totally forgot to have hot sauce with dinner. Shit.
Random. It's like non sequiturs are us, but pizza's tasty. Apparently we're nuts.
Carol, are you just figuring that out now, or is this?
I just think she's trolling us. I don't think we're nuts. I think we're highly, we're very normal. We're kind of
sophisticated.
Sophisticated. I'm just sophisticated enough to be no fun at parties. Are you listening for tasting notes there, Russell?
Yeah, A flat.
A flat, good.
A natural.
Okay. That was surprising. I wouldn't have figured that. Is there a B in there somewhere?
B squared.
B squared. This one is straight up. Let's see, Kentucky. So this is what do you call it? Claw hammer, banjo playing. That's not the song I should have gone for.
Deliverance.
Yeah, I feel vaguely awkward, which is funny because I live my life feeling straight up awkward, so it's not really out of my way.
Hey,
Yeah.
Steve.
Hi, Steve. I take
Smooth
it.
and velvety.
I take it he's talking about my mic.
There's no way anyone ever described Jess's voice as smooth and
No, but the
velvety.
mic. That's the thing. This mic is famous for making chipmunks like me sound really good. So. Yeah.
I
Sorry. Greg is saying that hand planes are cast iron, not steel. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for noticing that and making me look stupid in front of 21 people. Oh, look at that.
Where's that? I gotta find that picture. No, where did it go?
That looks like it's a number 5. Does he say what number it is?
I'd have to go find the original post on that.
It may just be that the way the picture is. It might be a number 4, and it just like in the top picture it looks like a number 4, but in the bottom, but it's probably the camera angle actually. I'm looking at this the size of the tote.
I would not know.
William. Oh, Grace. How's it going, Grace?
Grace.
But yes, Greg Tockley is correct. I would love to get a collection of like old school wooden planes. I have one that's not old school and one that's a transitional that I kind of wrecked while trying to restore. I'm from Kentucky, so corn is my thing. Also called stump hole here in North Carolina. Stump hole? You saying that corn like as in like corn whiskey? Are you saying like corn whiskey?
Stumple? Like Stumple de Mayo?
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
You guys are up late tonight. Yeah,
Are we? What time is it?
we're testing Jess's mic.
Yeah, we're testing my smooth velvety mic. Oh my snap! It's midnight 52, and I was supposed to be getting thumbnails and everything together for an upcoming panel discussion live stream.
Oh, who you got?
People.
Just whisper it.
Okay, I got Kevin Callan. I
Oh,
got Camper Christina. I
okay.
got other people, but you know, with the drinking. Excuse me. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's a moonshine. All right. I've never had like legit moonshine because the only American states I've ever been to are like California, and New York, and Vermont, Massachusetts. I once knew someone who called it Taxachusetts because apparently he was like, "Oh, we're taxed so high." And it's like, "Hey, I live in Montreal, dude. Impress me." Oh, and I very briefly lived in New York. Impress me. Steve is saying hi. Whoops, crumbs. Steve is saying hi to little fish in the kitchen.
I could never say. When I was young, I always had to say massive two shits. That's the only way I could say it.
Hilarious and yet strangely unsurprising. You know what I could really go for right now is a pizza.
I was sure you were going to cheese on that one.
I've
I guess
had
you
like
already had
I've had a
cheese.
bunch of cheese on this live stream, live and on the live stream. I had 2 of those Ficello. They're not called Ficello in English. Cheese strings, and then I had like a quarter of a wheel of Oka. So I'm cheesed. Let me tell you, I'm cheesed. I'm cheesed. Just gonna take a little whiskey.
Bourbon.
It's a bourbon.
So is bourbon also considered whiskey?
Yeah, it's a whiskey. Scotch is
Yeah, I
whiskey,
did-
bourbon's whiskey, Canadian whiskey's well, whiskey, Japanese whiskey as well, whiskey. Whiskey? Okay. That sounded stupid.
Yep.
Damn.
Damn. You know what, Jess? I'm gonna go to that place and I'm gonna look for one of those.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna find like a few, and they're going to
Probably.
be beautiful.
Probably. You know what? If I could find the video that I took, because I walked around that whole place with my GoPro.
Yeah.
If I can freaking find the videos that I took, we might actually see one in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm absolutely certain of it. I'm absolutely certain of it. Oh. Okay, so you know that file transfer I told you about that was taking forever?
Yeah.
At some point this morning, my wife accidentally unplugged the
Did you trip over it?
destination drive.
Oh, destination drive.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I've
I
had
see.
to restart my transfer.
To the NAS.
Greg is with me. He thinks it looks like a number 5 as well. Because I said it looked like a number 5, but I thought that maybe it was the angle, like the camera angle. Because on the top it kind of looks like a number. No, you're right. Look at how far back it goes from the tote. Yeah. And Greg says he has a record. Oh, wow. You got a record. Nice. I have been looking for a record. I got some Stanleys. I got some made in Canada Stanleys, and I've got one made in the U.S. Stanley. I don't have any English-made Stanleys. William says, all the cheese Jesse eats, it's a wonder he's not stopped up. Now, first of all, true. Second of all, why are we talking about this, like, this, I was going to say, why are we talking about this shit, but that was stupid. Why are we talking about this kind of stuff? This kind of private stuff?
What, being stopped up?
Yeah.
Bowel function is an important conversation we should all be having.
Well, it's an important, we should all be having a bowel function, but I don't know to talk about it.
No, it's important. It's important
I live with a 4-year-old. I get enough bowel function talk, okay? Okay?
How's she doing?
She's great.
In that region. She's going by herself and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, tonight we had, she reacted to something for the first time in months. I mean, allergically, not emotionally.
Allergically or like intolerantly?
No, allergically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what was it?
Chocolate chip cookie. We just hadn't baked it enough. So there was the egg in it was not,
oh,
was
interesting.
not cooked enough. That's what we think. Anyway, so we ran around, but it wasn't a bad enough reaction that it was EpiPen, because no matter what, EpiPen equals hospital visit.
Yeah.
And we had people over, so but if we've become really adept at knowing this is a Benadryl degree.
Yeah.
This is an EpiPen degree, So we just gave her some areas.
This is Benadryl. This is hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. We've had to tell daycare and people that don't go for the EpiPen unless it's breathing, or if she's puking massively. Those are EpiPen. But any rash or a little swelling, go to the Benadryl or the Arius, because as soon as you put an EpiPen into her thigh, no matter what, that has to be a hospital trip, which means hours out of our day. And sometimes overnight.
I imagine you don't get fast tracked, do you?
If we came in and she was puking and couldn't breathe, yeah, that's a fast track. Her first reaction was a fast track for sure. We drove to the hospital. I dropped my wife and said, "Go in. I have to get back," because at that point, our 11-year-old was younger, and we had left her with guests.
Yeah.
But my wife walked in and said she's having an anaphylactic reaction. She's puking, and the triage. The triage? Do you call that triage in English?
Triage. Yep.
Yeah. She sort of looked and got up from her desk, came around and walked my wife into the trauma area, and took her cards and threw them to a clerk and said, "Fill this out." The first 2 times we had reactions were very dramatic. We learned pretty quick to gauge And we spent 2 years desensitizing her. So this was a weird thing. Like, why is she reacting? Like, I gave her a cheese sandwich with mayo this afternoon. That's 2 of the things that were trying to kill her 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And she was fine, So it was like, but the thing is, it depends on the state she's in. She was really tired. So her system was,
Yeah.
But, this is boring. But, I mean, boring to anyone who's not me.
I think it's boring.
Greg says the record hand playing was my great uncle's. Picked up the Stanley on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, there's a real... here's the thing. There are people who are really into those records, right? So I'm not going to be buying one for a good price because there are people who are like, record. Grace says, hold on. Steve said, I'm never going to be able to hear Massachusetts the same ever again. That's your Russell.
Sorry,
That's
Steve.
on you.
Sorry.
Grace said, my mom used to have an antique plane, but it doesn't look like yours. It was a rectangular chunk of wood with a handle on top. The only part that was metal was the blade in the bottom. Yeah, that's an old school wooden plane, and I tell you, you cannot beat those. In many, many ways, you cannot beat those wooden planes. I would love a full set of wooden planes.
Really?
Oh, man. Are you kidding? You don't have to
rather have you would have a wooden one over that?
Well, I think that's beautiful. I think that's gorgeous. And like my planes are, well, as I said, they look more like the top than the bottom.
There's a butt coming.
The magic of the wooden planes is you don't have to lubricate the bottom, right? That they skate the way these planes don't, right? Like these planes, you have to have like some beeswax, and with a wooden plane, you don't have to worry about dropping it on a concrete floor and blowing the whole metal part out of whack or shattering it. But over time, the wooden planes tend to turn into like scrub planes or whatever. Like the mouth on them tends to get wider because over time you're wearing the wood away, and that doesn't happen with what you just showed, right? Yeah. But I love ancient tools, man. I love old school tools. I like my workbench doesn't even have a vise on it yet because I wanted to try sort of the viceless Nicholson bench kind of thing. I'm going to be putting a vise on it.
You got a vise? Yeah. I have nowhere to put it, which kills me. It absolutely kills me because there's so many times that I'm thinking I need to put this in a vise. Fuck.
So I have a bench with no vise, and you have a vise with no bench. That is hilarious.
I should send you my vise.
I should send you my bench. It took me so long to build my bench. It took, I think, 2 or 3 years for me to build my bench, just because I have a family. No, I sort of. William, no, don't be sorry. It's not a sensitive topic at all. If we're talking about the allergies, Christ, I don't know what the hell. Oh no, it's the stopped up. Right. Okay. And I riffed off of that.
Just when I was in AFib and going to the hospital, I always got fast tracked. Well, almost always. It's funny because like a bunch of times I talked to the triage nurse and they took my pulse and all that, and they're like, "Yep, same thing as with that first visit." She got up, walked me in, found me a bed right there, and she's like, "Okay, don't worry." And then another woman would come through with the hand, the wrist thing. She's like, "Oh, there you are."
Right.
Because they do that. Usually they do that out front, and then you sit down again after the waiting area.
I don't know if Clem would be fast tracked today or not, because we've only really been to the hospital twice or 3 times. And each of those times she was fast tracked. Like, first of all, a 9-month-old having an allergic reaction, they fast track without even thinking about it, right? Yeah. We took her to the hospital another time from here, and there was one time from daycare. She had a reaction to something at daycare, and they just... And I said, "Okay, please tell me you called an ambulance." Said, yeah, we did. Okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Somebody's got to park my car. And because of the EpiPen, we have to go to the hospital. In the future, if it's certain things, do the EpiPen. If it's other things, use the areas we sent. Another thing is we don't use Benadryl because it tends to make kids go. And one of the things you have to check for is, are they becoming lethargic? So if you give them Benadryl and then yeah, okay, they're totally lethargic, right? Arius doesn't put them out.
Yep.
Greg says you need to make sure the wooden ones are flat. Yeah, you sure do. Yeah. Some of the you sometimes even have to check the metal ones though. Like they make lapping plates for metal planes. That is shocking to me. Like, what the hell makes that? Well, maybe somebody actually dropped it or something, and it got a little out of skew.
That's a good point. When I bought my whetstones, I had to go through this process of flattening them.
Mm-hmm.
You draw a pencil, along that, and you scratch it around like, oh, there's still pencil marks there, and then you do it again and again.
I have to buy new stones because I've been using the same one for the same double-sided 1,000, 4,000 for. Oops.
You said you were gonna, you weren't going for whetstones though. You were gonna go something else.
No, I'm still going for water stones, but I want the splash and go type. Right now, what I have is you gotta like soak them for 10 minutes or whatever. But I would love some splash and goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong?
You spray them with water and you use them.
What's wrong with soaking for 10 minutes?
Nothing. But I want splash and goes. Why you gotta be hating, Russell? Why you gotta be
I'm
like
not
that?
hating. I'm not hating. I'm just calling
hating.
you out.
Everyone watching here, he's hating, right? Hey, we're up to 20 people again. Oh, we're down to 19. It was nice while it lasted. Because we were down to like 13 or 14 about 10 minutes ago.
It's funny how many subscribers are on this channel. And the only people subscribing to this channel should be the people who are interested in Booksfest, the live streams.
So much truth. So little time.
It's a perfect example of how over time people subscribe to a channel and they don't watch it anymore. So you always have to be growing your channel faster than the
attrition. But it's funny that you say that because I suffer from the exact same thing, obviously, as all channels do. But there are channels I've been subscribed to for years that I just don't watch anymore.
Me too. Videos come and go, and it's interesting. I've wondered often if I just deleted my channel, created a new one with the same name, Raspberry Rock African Cabin, like how many people would find me and subscribe. It's not going to be 60,000 people, I'll tell you that. Not even close. No,
that's by virtue of having done it for X. Well, how long's your channel been around?
Since 2000, January 2017 is when I really started posting.
Well, fuck you a lot because I've been around since 2013. No, it has nothing to do with fuck you. It has to do with me, absolutely. My channel's been around since 2013, but I've only really been taking it seriously since 2018. I bought the camera before this one. I bought this camera at Christmas time, 2017 to 2018, and then I believe it was 2018 when YouTube demonetized everyone who wasn't like 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, and I was at 3,900 hours, and I got demonetized 4 days after buying this frickin' camera, and it took me forever. It took me like a year and a half, I think it was, to get remonetized because I kept riding the 3,900. And like I would have this, or like 39 to 3,700, and then I would have this spike, and then the spike would fall off, and so like I would go for, oh yeah, I'm a schnuck. And it's my own fault because I wasn't, posting every week or whatever for in the interim, so I wasn't really doing anything that helps you grow a channel. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
What is it?
This is the Dubel aux framboises, which would be in English a raspberry double Abbey style beer.
Oh god damn! Like a radler. It's a radler, isn't it?
Is it a radler? Is that what that is?
You're gonna pour that out. Why on earth did you buy that? Look at his face.
I'm gonna pour that out. Wait. Let me just be fair about this. Let me just.
It looks like a dark beer too. Let me be fair about this. There's only one. There's two things you could do right now. You could chug the whole thing, or you can pour it out.
Um,
Wow.
It's
seen that
7.6%, so I'm not gonna chug that.
Oh yeah, pour it out. Pour it out. 7.6. Absolutely pour it out.
Oh, that was. That is the beer version of Gwyneth Paltrow. That makes me dry heave.
What's wrong with Gwyneth Paltrow?
What isn't wrong with Gwyneth Paltrow? She makes me dry heave. Wait, one more.
Oh, this is another conversation altogether.
Ah!
What's happening?
What exactly am I? Why am I drinking this?
Jess, your face is melting. What's going on?
My enjoyment of life is disappearing before my very eyes.
Jess has found his kryptonite.
No, my kryptonite is Ana De Aramas. Okay, stop. That is gross. I will not be finishing that. I guess I just don't like beer that's really, really fruity.
Beer
And that
shouldn't
is
be
really fruity.
Beer shouldn't be fruity.
Raspberry
Especially-
double.
Like Waterloo's grapefruit radler. God, that's awful stuff.
Now, are all radlers grapefruit?
No,
No. Okay.
no,
Interesting.
I've seen other flavors of radler, like cherry, I think, or
Jerry?
I don't know. City Girl tried one of the other ones and said it was okay.
This is not okay. I'm not
Okay,
okay with this.
grapefruit.
This is
Grapefruit.
Gwyneth.
The grapefruit one is like it tastes like grapefruit and battery acid.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. This tastes like nightmares and self-loathing. And it says corpulente et fruitée, faible amertume. So it's an IBU of 18. So corpulent. Now that means corpulent, but there's kind of a different meaning in French, like more of a
Corpulent.
sumptuous, I guess, and fruity. And it is not too hoppy, not too bitter, and it is not hoppy and not bitter. And that is the one nice thing I can say about this beer, because the rest of it is a tire fire in my fucking mouth. Hey, you want to see something weird? Focus. Let me hide my face so that it focuses. Do you see that little fish right there?
Yes, I see.
What the hell's with that fish? Like, whenever I see that fish on the back of a car, I'm like, okay, that's like a Christian guy. But what the hell's that fish doing on the back of a beer?
Fish on the back of a car means a Christian person? Really?
Well, like, back when Christians were being persecuted instead of persecuting, shut up. They used a fish. Like, I'm talking Roman times here. They used a fish as a sign of Christ. Because
okay.
Christ hadn't been. Well, he had been crucified. I'm getting my timelines mixed up because I've been having a lot of booze tonight, okay? But a fish used to be sort of a Christian sign. And if you ever see a car with like a fish done that way, very often that's a Bible buffer. Or like an old school Catholic or something.
Bible thumper? Is that what you said?
Bible buffer, yeah.
We call them thumpers in English.
Oh, is that what it is? A Bible thumper?
Bible thumper, yeah.
Yes, you're right. The cast planes have to be flattened. Yeah. Chris, have you ever watched? Yes, I've watched Rob Cosman. Absolutely. I will know I have made it when I can afford one of his saws. Because the way he designed his saws is absolutely a craftsman's philosophy of of work and a craftsman's philosophy of design. I want one of his saws like I want one of his saws.
Ana De Aramas.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to say that too often in your live stream. I don't want to get you demonetized for. I don't want somebody to think that I don't even know where I want to go with this because now I'm thinking about her. She's Jessie Kryptonite. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's too bad. But yeah, Rob Cosman, and he's done a lot of cool stuff. I heard him interviewed on the Essential Craftsman podcast, I think it was. I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm driving to work, except that in the age of COVID, I don't drive to work mostly. I think it was on the Essential Craftsman. He was being interviewed because he's done a lot of work with Canadian and American veterans.
The Road Warrior. Sorry, it just hit me. Continue. The Road Warrior.
The Road Warrior. You mean like Mad Max? Does anyone know where he's going with this?
Finish your story, Jess.
I don't remember. William Strom says, I have whetstones, but back when I worked in a machine shop, I used water-cooled grinders. Yeah, I keep looking and dreaming of the... what's that? The wheel. There's like a grinder that you can buy, but it's expensive as a shift. What the hell is it called? Let me just go to Lee Valley and look it up because I think they sell it. I've been drinking too much, Russell. Like I'm not remembering the words that I used to know. Lee Valley has a new woodworking catalog. Oh, for crumbs. I was about to say for Christ's sake, but I didn't want to piss off any of your... So I just entered Christ into the search bar at Lee Valley. Great. Grinder. I should have looked up sharpener. Sharpening. Tools. Sharpening. Is anyone there? Sharpening 159. Okay, what is the damn name of the system I am looking for? It's not a Recon 8-inch grinder. It is Tormek. Thank you, Jesse, for looking it up. Russell's still gone. Yeah, a Tormek. I would love one of those. There are like off-brand versions of the Tormek grinder, but did I draw in the beer version of Gwyneth Paltrow? Did I say that? Was I talking about this stupid thing? Greg also has whetstones. I have not. Oh, and you have a knockoff Tormek. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't mind one of Rob's saws. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yes, Tormek. I have a set of 3 Veritas saws. Now I don't know if Veritas does a lot of sales in places like the UK or anything, but I just created like 12 different new tabs instead of clicking on the Lee Valley tab. Hold on, let me take a look. I'm going to show you. Okay. Saws. 99. Tic Tac. There we go. Set of 3 Veritas joinery saws. So I'm going to share this because why not? Share screen. And after this, I'm going to have to go see a man about a hearse. So I bought myself this set. Okay. So you got a dovetail. You got a crosscut like a carcass saw, and you got a rip, a 10-inch saw. And I do think that Veritas makes some of the coolest freaking work ever. Well, no, their planes are really cool, but it's weird how I think the Lee Nielsen system works a little bit better. In terms of like, because with the Lee Nielsen, you don't. Let's recast that phrase. The Veritas planes have an adjustment wheel that goes right into the thread of another adjustment, whereas with the Lee Nielsen, you kind of don't. But being Canadian and like all patriotic and shit, I would buy the Veritas anyway. Well, okay, I've also held the Veritas stuff from at Lee Valley, and I like the way they feel in the hand, whereas the Lee Nielsen have a slightly different hand position. I have a friend whose wife went to luthier school, and she had found that the Lee Nielsen works better in her hand. Russell, I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm going to go see a man about a hearse. I'll be right on back. I said I was going to be right back. Why did you do this? Why are you doing this? This is unfair and kind of awkward. I try to maintain an air of stop. I try to maintain an air of being all classy and stuff online, but yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. I will be right back. Gonna go see a man about a hearse.
Oh, shit. I was doing all that talking? And you couldn't hear me? Oh, my God. I was saying how... That's Ana De Aramas. And that's her in Blade Runner. She was Joy. That's her in I Don't Know What. Fuck. All that talking. Anyway. I should let that sit. I did say how... You know what? I can't say things again. I can't do it twice. And what's wrong with Gwyneth Paltrow? I like Gwyneth. Well, I shouldn't say I like her. I mean, I don't find anything objectionable about her. How's that? Is it really 1:23 a.m.? Crap. It's late. Oh, well. I just poured 2 drinks. Jess, I'm leaving that picture in the green room for you.
Roussel. I got some crackers while I was up the stairs. Wash my hands first, obviously.
Oh, doesn't that look at the green room? Doesn't that look like she's getting ready to talk to us?
Yes, I do have issues with Gwyneth Paltrow. Mostly the fact that she makes me dry heave.
I can't think of anything she's done other than the Avengers movies or Iron Man.
She has like a women's health website. that will only destroy women the world over. She's the one who is steaming her vagina and suggesting this is some sort of vaginal health practice. And so medical practitioners from like the Surgeon General of the US to the World Health Organization were like, don't do that. She is an airhead. She believes in all kinds of stupidities. She just makes me angry. It makes me angry that anyway, whatever.
Whatevs.
I have no problem with people being airheads. I have a problem with people finding financial success in using their airheadedness to trick other airheads into giving them money.
I kind of have a problem with celebrities like weighing in on political things.
I've said the same thing in the past, but we live just to the north of a country that's elected two celebrities to the highest office of the land. So it's like, okay, yes, but still kind of thing. But you know, that's an interesting question because does a celebrity then, like, does celebrity remove, how the hell do I say this? Like, I know why the monarch can't say anything political because that's a cultural institution rather than a political one. But does being like a rock star, I'm thinking about guys like Bruce Cockburn who made politics part of their, like, not their raison d'être, but it, you know, politics was part of their public character, right? I mean, he was very political. Look at his songs, Neil Young, guys like that. And well, like if Kelly Clarkson suddenly came out in favor of, you know, I don't know, closing pipelines down or something, I feel that would go over very poorly, and she would be told to sort of sit down. Or if Harry Styles suddenly did, I feel that he would probably be told to sit down. And so, like, I know that these people are still people, right? And they still have opinions, but I almost feel that artists who have made their political views part of their act get an easier ride of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm also saying that as someone who tries to, you know, keep politics off of his channel, and you try to do the same thing. Because at the end of the day, if I don't know what X person's politics are, we can still be friends, right? If I do suddenly know, and it's something that is anathema to me, we have a problem. And so, to a certain extent, it's self-serving on my channel. To another extent, though, and the main reason why I did it was, can't we all just be friends, right? Be respectful while you're chatting with each other on my channel, kind of thing.
Well, can't we all just be friends? Never works, does it? You have to eliminate the things that people are going to argue about.
Yeah. Rob on the internet hates mobile. Oh, because it autocorrected Jess to he is. Okay, I get it. No, I never got her frickin' candle. Don't keep an open mind about her. She's dummy. She's dummy. I dropped an entire word. It's a one-letter word, but what the hell is her site called? Zook? Snook?
I hope she's not watching right now. Sorry, Gwyneth, if you're watching.
I hope she is. I hate you, Gwyneth. Hold on, I'm going to find out what her horrifying site is called.
I followed Will Wheaton for a while on Facebook, but he does a lot of political posts, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I think that. Oh, wait, hold on. She's got a discography. She's done music as well. Fuck you. Oh, Goop. Yeah, her website is called Goop.
Goop.
The company is called Goop. So it's probably like goop.com.
Goop of Books Fest.
Fucking Goop.
Holy crap, Arnie. Arnie, what time is it there, man?
Yeah, Arnie. Oh my god, it must be like afternoon for him.
Holy shit. Well, I think it's pretty early morning there.
We're not drunk, Arnie. We are Tipsy? You're not drunk, right, Russell?
Oh no,
This isn't like
absolutely
a
not.
knife buying night or anything? Okay, good. Rob asks me, squirrels or Gwyneth Paltrow? Is this like some smash or kill thing? What is it? Smash or what? Pass? Is this some sort of weird smash or pass thing? I'm good, Artie. I can finally say that I'm a mod here. I like it. 6:30 in the morning? Are you like... Oh my snap! Arnie's drunk as fuck at 6:30 in the morning. Did you like just get home from the pubs or something? I mean, if you just cracked open a few beer, then that is the epitome of day drinking. Arnie. But it is Sunday morning, so you probably just got home from a late night at the pubs.
Way to go, Arnie. It's. Hope you don't have to work tomorrow, Arnie, or today. Do you have to work today?
Did it take you 2.5 hours to walk home, Arnie?
Yeah, what have you been doing for the last 2.5 hours? Or 1.5, I can't remember.
Trying to find his way home. Dude, it's Iceland. You're not that far from home no matter where you are.
Well, he's on an island. It's a tiny little island.
Oh.
There's like, well, okay, there's 15 pubs. And
16 people in 15 pubs, right?
Population 200, 15 pubs. You can't really walk too far without... What happened?
I just took a freaking sip without thinking.
Why haven't you poured that out?
Because I can't just pour it onto the floor down here. That would be funny, though.
Pour it on Florida?
I can't pour it onto the floor down here. I mean, I could pour it on Florida, I guess, but that's a long reach from Montreal, dude. Florida is as far away as Vancouver is almost. Actually, it's not quite that far, but...
Went to a little party. Oop. Actually, I've been drinking since
3 o'clock in the afternoon? Holy snap, dude.
almost 12 hours. Another hour and a half, it'll be 12 hours, Ernie.
Woo! Okay, so the pub closed 2.5 hours ago, or 1.5, I can't remember. But I went to a little part after a party, I guess? Party?
Yeah. I already showed those.
Actually been drinking since 15-inch. I'm reading, like in my head, I'm reading his comments as like in an Icelandic accent.
I couldn't even begin to guess.
Haven't you seen the video for the hardest karaoke song in the world?
Oh yes, I have. Yeah. Hey Arnie, what do you think of?
For
Ana De
God's
Aramas?
sakes, Holmes! Why do you do this to me?
What do you think of? What do you think of Ana De Aramas? Arnie, she's okay, I guess.
She's all right. She's fine. She's great.
Yeah.
Arnie, you can pour it on the floor. You just don't want to. Well, yeah, because my kids have their desks right here.
Yeah, but you'll break glass, on the floor.
Truth. And considering the agony it took me to get these glasses shipped here, I don't want to break one of those.
No, you just pour that thing out.
Actually, been drinking for about 15 hours. This works for me. That is amazing, dude. Arnie, man, you are a hero. Like, how the hell are you still walking? Are you still walking? Like, did you get wheeled into your house? Did you get carried in by your friends? Or did you make it home?
Hopefully there's no alcohol poisoning.
Apparently, Arnie would, considering the photos you just... You see, we got to stop doing this. We're 21st century guys. We're respectful in everything.
What? Are we?
Yeah, come on. We got to be respectful.
Yeah, of course.
21st century.
We're very respectful of things and people and places.
I've got an anecdote about people not being respectful that I don't really know if I want to share. Well, this isn't my channel, so Christmas Day, okay? So here's the thing. For Christmas, we go on the 24th, we go to a réveillon at my mother-in-law's. And then at some point we fall asleep. And then
A reunion.
A réveillon is a little different because the French Canadians really celebrate Christmas on the 24th, right? Midnight, you know, right after midnight mass, you open your gifts and stuff.
No.
Réveillon is you know, réveil means to wake up, so a réveillon is to stay up uber late and party as only
Okay.
French Canadians can. So, anyways, we went to that, and then the next day, we hauled ours to my family's for Christmas supper. And at one point, the conversation turned to Harry and Meghan, because apparently we're supposed to care about them at a time when people are having a hard time just paying their rent. And man, a member of my family has an opinion, shall we say. And you know, Meghan Markle is, you know, a bitch who is trying to destroy the royal. Why is she trying to destroy the royal family and all this stuff? And I said, well, in all fairness, as a black woman marrying into that, let's face it. Come on, there's a lot of racism going there. No, there wasn't, because this member of my family is a very simple person from a previous generation, right? And so then we sort of talked about how my wife is black, and she's like, "You're not black. Your dad is black, but your mom is white." Like, she's the arbiter of blackness, right? And I mean, for those of you who don't know, which is I guess most of the 19 people still hanging. Actually, no, a lot of you guys I've spoken to. My wife is of Caribbean extraction, mostly due to her father, who was chased out of his country by a dictator. But like the vast majority of her family is Caribbean, of that skin color and stuff. And so culturally, my wife is absolutely black. And this conversation was like, I looked at my nieces and they looked at me and they're like, "You're never going to hear the end of this." And I'm like, I freaking know it. So what we did was, we had bought my daughter had gone up to her principal at school and said, "We need to have a cultural day, and we can show our cultures." And then she came home and said, "I don't have anything that shows my cultures." So we bought her this like hoodie that says, you know, Haitian. Piss! I just TMI'd.
You've mentioned that before on your channel.
Have I?
Even.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Haitian mixed with, and then of course instead of like mixed with white people or Scots like her dad, is like mixed with like pickles and all these like Haitian things and pride and blah 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 blah. And so I immediately sort of took a picture of her and put that up on Facebook and said Happy New Year to like the Haitian side of the family, just to sort of you know, make a point. And then Camille went over to her place yesterday to make paper, because they do crafts together. And I was like, "Camille, you're going to need a sweater. It's cold out there." So I handed her that sweater, and Camille had heard that conversation. And Camille and I have spoken at great length of how she looks white but is partly black, and how that gives her a power. Because let's face it, guys our color, Russell, we say things when... I mean, guys, I don't mean you and me, but I mean, guys say things when they think that they're surrounded by white people or only guys. And I said, they're going to say those things around you, and you have an opportunity to say, "Fuck you. That's my mom you're talking about," you know? So I said, "You're going to need to wear this sweater because it's cold outside." And she gave me this wicked, like, impish smile. So I sent her to her mom's with the Haitian sweater on, just to sort of make a point. To the unnamed family members. Oh, I'm totally blowing this. I
doubt anybody here cares.
At Russell, you've seen me do this before. When we started, this was here. That's like 3 I only bought this today.
Is it good?
Yeah, Woodford is probably yeah, I think so far it's my favorite bourbon. I've had the Wild Turkey 101, which is also very good. But there's something about this Woodford Reserve that I really like. I'd like to try. This is the Kentucky Straight. This is the straight bourbon. They've got like a double oak or something. They got a couple of things that, of course, because I live in Quebec, I'm never going to be able to try because we have nothing here. But there's a bunch of stuff by them that I'd like to try. Now, since I'm not going to finish the beer though, I'll pour myself one more wheat dram, and then
Me too.
one more wheat
Wheat
dram.
dram.
But
Wheat
you're
dram.
having the blue, right? I should have taken blue this time. The blue's upstairs.
I was gonna say, I of course I'm similar to you. I married a non-white woman,
Hmm.
but I haven't run into any problems with anybody.
Oh
In the
man, are
same
you
way.
kidding? I envy you, man. Maybe Toronto's better than. Wow. I mean,
Toronto's the most diverse city in the world,
yeah,
but
it is.
I'm thinking particularly of my family because we grew up in an all-white town.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see the first black person ever until I went to high school, and there was like one black guy in the school.
Yeah, my wife went to university at a large university in Quebec City, and there was like her and one other black person. Williamstrom is a three-way mix: white, black, Native American. I think most of us who have been here, like my family, has been in North America for 4 centuries now. So I mean, there's a bunch of different Native nations in us, but it's like not enough that I can, I've been here since time immemorial, kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
Of course we were respectful. I just said that I would, not that I would do anything dirty or anything. Fair enough, Arnie.
I think he was. I think he's talking about Anna.
He's talking about Anna, yeah, because he said I would.
Yeah, I mean, whoops.
Why you got to be like that? Arnie says, I'm actually curious to hear more, but don't forget, it's none of my fucking business. Meant to Jess, yeah. I do remember one night, the wife and I we were still girlfriend and boyfriend at that point. We had just left Hurley's Irish Pub in beautiful downtown Montreal, and we were walking down the street because at that point we lived within walking distance of downtown. And this guy in a Land Rover Discovery, of course I knew that because I've always liked the Land Rovers, very clean shaven white guy, peeled out of a parking lot, whipped down his window and screamed black ass. And
N-word.
wow, I've been drinking and I still can't say that word.
Thank you.
Weird, but yes, he screamed, black ass, that word directly at my wife across the street. And so I just suddenly tunnel visioned on this guy. And I started cruising across the street. And she just grabbed my arm, whipped me around, and marched me down the street the way we were aiming to go for two reasons. She was like, this happens to me a lot, so this was not surprising to me. Yeah, it's a piss off, but she also noticed that he was in a car with three friends, and I didn't even see that because as soon as I heard that word, it's like the world just right on his face, and I was just gonna go and have some words with him, like we've got to be polite, and I didn't even. Like,
Yeah.
I just remember the world being this guy's hateful little face. And, so the guy didn't score that night, and he was angry. Do you know what I'm saying? And he had a few
I
too many drinks, and he just threw that across the road at a total stranger. But,
I'm no, I totally get it. I'm fiercely protective of City Girl in every
mm-hmm.
regard.
Yeah, and because she had heard that word thrown at her before, especially, going to school in Quebec City, she didn't tunnel vision. She didn't, it wasn't, what the hell? So she saw that this guy had three probably drunk friends in his car with him, and she saw it macro
Yeah.
the way I just, because it was so weird
Yeah.
to me,
It's kind of sad in a way.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's very sad, but it's sad in another way that she's used to it, and this
Yeah.
is how she reacts.
Yeah. It's funny how certain words, like we're not calling anyone the word that I could not say, but we're talking about it. So why can't we say the word? Well, it's because certain words.
Isn't it weird? I find it weird that no, we're getting into an area we probably shouldn't talk about.
We're sort of we're just riding the line, like one more step, and suddenly we're political, right? We're just like, are we gonna? Oh, well, we're talking about how everyone should be equal and how everyone should get along and how everyone should love each other and how,
Anyway,
yeah, whatever.
our middle son has been bumping around trying to figure out what kind of career he wants, despite that he's in his mid 20s, and he wanted to be a police officer. He wanted to do various things, and then there on the application there's always this thing now like, are you a minority,
Yeah,
a visible minority, and he's able to put yes on those because he's half brown.
yeah,
Even though, yeah, I mean, I he's like your kids, like he looks more white than anything else. Not
yeah,
quite as white as this,
yeah.
but
Like this, like the underside of a fish. Look, yeah,
so it's kind of interesting.
yeah. And it's funny because Camille is much whiter than Clemence is.
Hmm.
But because Camille is absolutely the underside of a fish. It's like she's got sort of the hair,
Yep.
the Caribbean hair in a big way, and she's got a few things that sort of show, but her actual skin color is pale as hell. Whereas her sister's a little more sort of a little darker. Arnie says, I've had similar moment, but not racism related. Some idiot said some things to my girl. Oh, yeah, okay. So, what did you do, Arnie? I just saw red and was going right to the guy, but she stopped me, said it wasn't. Yeah, see, they get these comments often enough that it doesn't shock them anymore. And that is heartbreaking.
That's the part. Yeah,
That's ugh.
I have a story. Here's my story. I was once walking down the sidewalk with City Girl. This is years ago. We've been married for like 10 years or something like that. 15 years? I don't know. Walking down the sidewalk, holding her hand, car driving down the road. This guy in the back seat leans at the window and goes, "Hey, I fucked your girlfriend," right at us, right? And we watched him go. And I turned to her and said, "I didn't know you had a girlfriend." And she said, "I didn't." And she said, "I didn't know she get fucked."
You just reminded me of I was in when I used to live part time in Vancouver, well in North Vancouver. But it's funny because Arnie is sort of he's coming to the same conclusions we are, right? She was used to it, and that was the worst part for me. Yeah, absolutely. I remember I was standing with my girlfriend at the time, Claudia, and a friend on a street corner in North Vancouver, and a car whipped by with kids of around our age, like 15, 16, probably 16 because one of them was driving. And one of them threw a water balloon at my girlfriend, probably trying to do a wet t-shirt thing on her, and it rolled across her breasts and soaked the friend of ours, Trevor, who was standing right next to her. Like it landed, it rolled across her and then hit this poor guy, Trevor, and he ended up absolutely soaked because it was a huge water balloon. And we're just like, what just happened? It's like the guys in the car were probably like, what the fuck? I wonder if I just peaked when I said fuck.
No, it didn't. I've heard you peak before, and that was
Tonight?
not. No, not tonight.
Okay.
In other live streams.
Okay,
Look
Ben,
what I'm having.
I what are you having? What's that? Is that a
20-year-old
port?
20-year-old Taylor Flaggate. I buy
Nice.
a bottle of that like once a year, maybe twice if I forget that I've already bought it once.
What do I buy once a year? My driver's license.
That's some good stuff. Although my mouth is already burned from all the scotch, so I'm not getting the full.
Brandon says, I was raised by my grandmother who was a Holocaust survivor. Yeah. Nothing phased her. Yeah, once you get through that.
Jesus. Brandon.
This house,
Hi, Brandon.
this house I live in was owned by 2 Holocaust survivors, one of whom was a chemist, and the other of whom was a judge. And this house was surrounded by Russell. This house was Russell surrounded by. For God's sakes, I'm trying to say something fundamental. Why you got to be like that? This house used to be surrounded by a chain link fence with barbed wire across the top. The door right over there to the unfinished part of the basement, that was actually considered like a panic room. There were locks on the inside. I mean, these people lived their lives in paranoia, which you cannot blame them for. Because she was a municipal judge, so a lot of the municipal building regulations and stuff didn't apply to them when they lived here. There was even barbed wire like lining the bottom part of the roof. I mean, the thing is, these people survived a world run by monsters, right? So of course that would leave you with some. It's going to stay with you. And I guess they did it to feel safe in their own home. Even like there was chain link fence with barbed wire down the middle because our driveway is attached. Like, this is a semi-detached, so it's house attached to house and then 2 driveways and the next house, and right down the middle, chain link with barbed wire across the top.
Morning, Stan.
Took forever to get rid of all that chain link and barbed wire. A municipal judge. She was a judge on municipal things, Montreal centric rather than like provincial, which is like criminal or whatever. There are 3 levels of judges. Municipal deal with things like petty crimes and traffic tickets and stuff like that. At the provincial level, they deal with criminal stuff, thievery, murder, drugs. Then at the federal level, you're dealing with white collar tax crimes and stuff like that. Anything that really hits the federal government. And so she worked at the city level, which meant that she worked right next to the people who set all the city level laws and stuff, right? So half of the stuff in this house was completely against regulations, but she had lunch next to the people who did the regulations. So
Thanks for that story. Compelling and rich.
you're being sarcastic, but I still feel that it's sort of.
Well, it was kind of. You explained a lot more than what was asked.
Always give them more than they're asking for, Russell.
Yeah,
Give the customer the pickle.
I am not enjoying this. And I'm not sure if it's because my mouth has been burned by scotch for the last hour, or if, there's only like this much port left in the bottle. So is there a chance that it just lost its fizz?
When you're getting down to that part of the bottle, yeah, you got to finish it. You got to finish it because what's happening there is it's losing everything.
Okay. I gotta pour a new glass.
Russell, you'll be glad to know that Stan supports day drinking.
Good.
It's not day for us yet, though. Stan, where are you in the world? No. What time zone are you in? Because I see that you said it was morning and that you support day drinking. So I'm figuring that you're somewhere far to the west of us. By which I meant east. What? Stop drinking, Jess. Whoop. Michigan, okay.
I'll be right back.
But you said good morning. What time is it? Oh my snap. Really? Roussel? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, Holmes. Brandon says the only thing that offended my grandma was when someone asked her why she never had her tattoo removed. Never even occurred to me to ask that question. I used to work for the Jewish Education Council here in Montreal. I was illustrating children's books for their Tal Am program. It's weird because I had to illustrate several of the stories twice. Once for Orthodox Jews, I guess. Right. So like the sleeves came to the. Oh, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's not Orthodox. Maybe it was it Hasidim? I don't know. There was there's a segment of Judaism that the sleeves came to to the bottom of her arm, came to her hands. The skirt was ankle length, and then there was another side where the sleeves could be short, and this instead of a ankle length skirt, it was pants or whatever. And I remember having to illustrate everything twice. I also remember one day we had a bomb scare in the building, and there was actually a bomb there. I was like, wow, this is a summer job. I'm a student. I'm not being paid enough for this. But I made enough on that job to buy. There was a bass guitar. It was a Gibson Thunderbird that had been hanging in a music store, not in the window, but on the wall. I saw it at the beginning of summer. I was like, I will have you. And I got this job, and I did the job. And at the end of the job, I went and I bought the bass. And it was like this beautiful bookend to what was actually kind of a stressful job. It was like, yay, I get to draw all day. No. And so I went in to buy the bass, and I had, it's like, I have X amount of dollars. And it's like, yeah, but the bass costs more than that. And I said, yeah, but it's been sitting there all summer. So I'm thinking that people aren't exactly knocking down the door to buy the bass. So here's what I got. And I was like, and it was there on consignment. So I was like, I gotta call the guy. I was like, it's okay, I'll stand here and I'll play with other basses. And the guy wasn't home, and so he came back. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I had like X amount of dollars, so he entered X amount, and then I was like, oh, with taxes, blah. And said, no, you don't understand. I have X amount. And the guy was like, okay. And I used that bass for like 11 years, and I still miss it. I had to sell it to buy to pay bills when I was in a very different financial situation. But yeah, it was great. It was amazing. It was heavy as shit because it was mahogany, but beautiful. Love the Gibson Thunderbird.
How the hell did we get onto bass guitars?
Because I was going off of what Brandon said, because he was talking about his grandma who was a Holocaust survivor, and that sort of made me talk about when I was illustrating books for the Jewish Education Council.
That shouldn't be hilarious because we're talking about Holocaust survivors and tattoos, but
yeah,
I think it's actually pretty funny that you went from that to this bass guitar that you really wanted to buy.
Well, it's because it was the reason I was working for the Jewish Education. Well, you see, I have an internal logic, and sometimes the threads can be pretty frayed, but they're still attached. Okay? The threads get frayed, but they're still attached. You can still follow the thread. Oh, Brandon is in Indiana.
Hi, Brandon.
Stan is in Michigan.
Brandon, Stan, are you guys just like lurking? Sorry, not lurking, but like surfing YouTube for live streams? I've done that sometimes. Welcome to this.
Welcome to this.
What did I call this? Oh, discussing Ana De Aramas. That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
and I love how I was literally about to say that. I love how every time I start getting, I'm about to make a point, you do this, and then the world becomes just a darker place.
Ana De Aramas.
Well, apparently my computer's been scheduled to go to sleep automatically. Don't go to sleep.
You watched the latest James Bond where she's in it?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
There are many films I haven't seen lately. I'm going to see many. I haven't even seen Dune. Like, in what world would I not have seen Dune?
Dune?
Like, in the world where I have a 4-year-old is the world where I have not yet seen Dune.
I've seen it, and I was totally disappointed.
Stop. I don't want to hear this. It's funny because
Yeah.
I have this opinion that Dune cannot be done extremely well. I like the film back in the 80s. Was it the 80s? Like the really campy kind of gothic film.
Yes, I remember that one.
I went to school with a guy whose uncle had made many of the models for that, like the ornithopters and stuff. And I think that there's a certain charm to that film, absolutely. But
If you
years and years later,
back then, you had to accept it, right? You couldn't
Yeah.
just sit there and go, "Oh, well, I think this looks like, whatever." You have to accept it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I remember years later, I saw the miniseries, the TV miniseries that had been done in, I think it was the Czech Republic. Like, it wasn't a Czech production, but there was a miniseries, and
Oh, I haven't seen that. I gotta see that sometime.
what was great about the miniseries was that, I mean, okay, so the character that had been played by Sting was nowhere near as successful because Sting just had to stand there in that stupid bathing suit and you knew he was badass, and this guy had to beat someone up to be badass.
Bikini Bottoms. Yeah.
Yeah. But Russell, I'm salivating. For God's sakes, hide the picture. I'm trying to continue the conversation
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm sorry. The live stream title is now discussing Ana De Aramas.
I know, and I don't know why. But one thing
don't
that I
know either.
found really cool about the miniseries was that Paul Atreides started off as the kind of spoiled aristocratic brat you would expect someone like that to be, and then grew into the character of being Muad'Dib. Whereas I found that in the original film, was it Cronenberg? No, it wasn't Cronenberg. Was it Lynch? Who the hell did the original?
Yeah, I think it was Lynch.
I sometimes mix up Cronenberg and Lynch because in some ways they're kind of on the same page. But it's like he started off kind of as a guy you would yeah, okay, this guy's going to be the hero. Whereas in the miniseries, he started off as kind of like a whiny spoon-fed brat. And I really like that, but I haven't seen the Denis Villeneuve, and I've been watching Denis Villeneuve for a long freaking time, okay? But I've been watching him since before he went to Hollywood, right? So when he was making French-Canadian movies. And I like his touch, I like his approach, but it is specific. It really is specific. There was a film by him called Maelstrom that I watched several times, and well, I've bored Russell. He's going to go and see A Man About a Hearse.
Oh, you peeked there. You peeked there.
I peeked there?
When you said, "Oh, I bored Russell."
Okay, so should I... Okay, I'll drop it down a little bit. Like, just a touch. Did I peek badly or just a little bit?
It actually sounded kind of bad.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it down to about...
I mean, it was a short time frame, but it wasn't.
But I don't want to ever peek. Okay, so I've turned it down to 2:30 instead of 3.
And
So-
anyway, I'm reserving what I'm going to say. I'm going to go off on you about the whole Dune thing, but continue your thinking.
Yeah, so like, but the thing is, I don't feel that Hollywood is showing Denis Villeneuve at his best in some ways. Like, I understand how he ended up there, but
Who are you talking about?
Denis Villeneuve,
Who's that?
the director.
Of the TV series?
No, the TV series was directed by
That wasn't my question. What is he the director of?
Dune. He's the
TV series, the first movie, the second movie.
No, the current movie, the whatever. Like, I haven't seen lately.
Okay.
The TV series, I don't remember who, but it was. I'm sure it was Lynch who did the original film.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Denis Villeneuve did like his French Canadian films were terrific. Um, but I feel that I don't know if he's as good, working in the Hollywood sort of gestalt as his Quebecois films were.
All right. So can I finally go off on you about this whole Dune thing?
Well, I just want to say first before you do that, I mean, it's hard as hell to make a film or even a TV series really from the Dune material because I mean it's just so fantastic and so deep and so
Yeah, but
wide.
you're okay, but you're talking about like a TV series that prequeled the book?
No, the film back in the '80s or whenever
No,
and the
no,
TV
no.
series were exactly like they were both taken from the exact same material, right? It
No, I
was not.
understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that. But if you're talking about the kid was being a whiny brat at some point, that was never in the book.
No, but it was there definitely there in the TV series. Like it was a director's choice, I think it was.
Exactly what I'm exactly what I just said. It didn't exist. Look, in
Yeah, but
the
you said it
okay,
prequeled, and I was like, it wasn't a prequel because it was taken from the same um, material. But I mean, the book didn't really
no.
say
If
that
he
he
was a
wasn't
whiny if he was a whiny brat at any time, then that wasn't in the book.
fair, and yet
And
the book
stupid and
the
awful. And that's one of the things I hated about the current Dune movie or the latest Dune movie, if I can go there, because the latest Dune movie, like the Dune movie that came out in the '80s, was very good in some respects. Like this kid, what is his name?
Paul
Paul Mordi. Right?
Paul what deep
He was like from like birth, trained to be a great fighter, to be a perfect leader, to be like just this idol, this perfect person. There was never a time when he would have been like a whiny brat kind of thing.
Well, he
And
wasn't being a brat,
don't
but he was.
fucking interrupt me until I'm done, because I didn't interrupt you. I let you go on. The latest movie I fucking hated because he was that several times he was that whiny brat, or several times he totally forgot all his training and he's just being a stupid idiot. The 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 first movie was perfect, and there were several scenes, and I can point them all out to you. Like when they're flying away, and him and his mom are flying away in the whatever that hovercraft
The
after
ornithopter.
the battle,
Yeah.
and suddenly their father dies, and his mom in the background is like, "Oh no, he's dead," and he's like, you can see it in his face, like he's fucking mad and sad at the same time that his father's dead, but he's got a death grip on this thing, and
Yeah.
he's flying it because he's been fucking trained to be, you know, I have to fly this thing. I have to get us to safety. I cannot sit here and grieve. I got to do these things.
Yeah.
Or when was it Gunther, or who was the guy that died in battle during the thing?
Okay, so let's see. There was Gurney Halleck. There was
Gurney. It was Gurney. Like, so Gurney ran off to fight the bad guys to give them time to escape, right?
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in the first movie he said, Gurney's dead. We have to go. But in the latest movie, he's like, oh no, Gurney's gonna die. The door closed. I can't save Gurney.
Right.
The most important thing in the whole novel was that this kid was trained. This kid was a leader from like day one.
From day one.
He did not give into emotion. He did not give into his feelings. He has a mission, and he's
Hmm.
going to stick to it. And otherwise, everything falls apart, right? He's not going to be the person he's going to be if he's going to let go to emotion.
But like this character has to evolve in order to be a 3D character, right? A fully rounded character, right? Like, is there place for this guy is still being trained in the earlier part of the film and still developing to that?
It's not in the way you're thinking. You're
Okay.
because you're, and I totally get that. So from a story perspective, we have a hero. He has to solve a problem. You know, the hero has to achieve X before B or else C. The hero has to achieve a goal
Yeah.
before something happens, bad happens, or else we're all gonna die, kind of thing. That's
Okay.
that's the hero's journey in every single movie, and that's I think producers in Hollywood get lockstepped into that kind of thinking. Um, the hero's journey in Dune is not that he needs to change emotionally, or you know. I think the hero's journey is I need to find a way to beat the bad guy.
He needs to go from Paul Atreides to Muad'Dib, is what you're saying.
Yes, yes, exactly. And there's lots of challenges there. He's got lots of loops to jump through.
Yeah. I should reread the book. I haven't read it in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I haven't only read it once. I've read it a few times, but it's been a long time. Here's the thing: like I've got a lot of sci-fi sitting over there, but I only read that stuff when life gets too much for me.
Go.
Like
I
when
would go
I'm
for
dying
the.
in stress, I'll go for the sci-fi, or I think I might even have a couple of fantasy books there.
I would go for the audiobook.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Wait. Stan says, "I love Dune. One of the first sci-fi novels I read. Lots of C.S. Lewis as well." Um. Arnie says, "Am I the only one that has no idea about Dune altogether? I never read
Yeah.
the book. Apparently, too young for the TV series, and Icelandic, not shown here. No idea about the movies.
No. I wouldn't say it's a sci-fi book.
And it's epic, epic, epic. I feel that the first one is the best
Epic,
one,
epic, epic.
and the more into the series you go, the stupider things become.
I never read past the first one, actually.
But don't bother. Grace is also clueless.
It's kind of like, you ever read Ender's Game and then read
Yep.
the next ones?
Yeah,
Like Ender's Game is a great book, but after
fabulous.
that, things get weird.
Yeah. And by the way, I never saw the Ender's Game movie either. Hey, holy crap! Look at that, Tim. You guys still up? Yep, we're still
Hey
up.
Tim,
I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon.
you
Soon.
you didn't watch Ender's Game the movie?
No, not yet. I haven't seen it.
That was the same sort of thing for me. Like it was a similar thing in that well, you haven't seen the movie, so spoilers, but
But I've
but
read the book, so it's not like I don't
you
know the
read the book.
story.
Yeah, so in the book, he is like Ender can never lose. He can never lose even once. It was stated a couple of times.
Yeah.
But in the movie, oh shit, he lost this one battle. Big thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's movie. That's movie stuff.
Yeah, because they
They
have to drop a loss in there.
they have to let you believe that he can lose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, interesting. Um. Yeah, interesting. And I was really disappointed when Orson Scott Card, like I don't remember what the controversy around him was. It was around the same time as the film came out. I don't remember what it was.
I
But yeah,
don't
man,
remember.
I haven't seen like so many movies lately. Like I went from being an absolute film geek to being a parent. You know, there's like a million things I haven't seen.
I've only had 4 beers.
Only four? What? Only four?
Yeah. Well, and 2 scotches and a port, but they don't really count.
No. They don't. They don't count at all. Hold on here, guys. I'm being a brat. There we go.
Well, it was
What you got there? I see beer, and I see is that the blue?
that's the blue. I'm trying to duplicate what happened Tuesday night.
Yeah, you're trying to recapture the magic.
I don't know. So at some point, for all those watching Tuesday night, I was drinking the blue, and at some point it just started tasting like liquid gold.
I
And I
remember
have a
that reaction.
theory
I was
as
like,
I have a theory as to why, but I want to talk to Jess and Al together about it.
yeah. William Strom is saying good night, y'all. I think I'm gonna have to say good night too, because I gotta go to bed. I guess I'm gonna be up at like 8 probably. If you look at what my kids have been doing to me. All right, I'll stay
Maybe
on for another 15. I'll stay until till 2:30. We're at 2:16 right now. Let's stay till 2:30.
I just poured 2 new drinks here.
Good man.
By the way, she may be home in 4 to 5 weeks. She has more to heal. Oh, I thought she was. Tim, didn't you say like last week that she was coming home like a lot sooner than that?
Stan says he forgot Tuesday. Tuesday is my live stream night.
Oh wait, is Christy
Oh, I
a
see.
sci-fi person?
Well, that's good to know.
Is that right?
You know, for sci-fi, a lot of like, I like hard sci-fi is what they call it, like where there's some real science behind what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know, but I loved Ringworld.
Ringworld.
Loved it. Hell yeah.
Fucking what a novel that was.
Holy snap.
What a story.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just I like to use that as an example. Like if you ask people who have read the book, what is it about? And they might say, "Oh, there's this ring." And I'm like, "Hell no! It's about these 4 very diverse characters."
Yeah. Yeah, the ring is the creepy part. The characters are the real part. Yeah. And in fact, it's funny because like the second book in that series was kind of written specifically because people in sci-fi conventions would walk up to him and say, "The ring is unstable." You know that, right?
There was a chant. The ring world is unstable. The ring world is unstable. He did. The ring world is unstable. He did the best he was able, but it's good enough for us.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, okay, challenge accepted, and he wrote the second book. Absolutely,
He did. Yep.
Yeah.
He fixed a lot of his mistakes. But what a great novel Ringworld is. I mean, I'd still put Necromancer ahead of it, but
like Ringworld, my copy of Ringworld is destroyed because I've read it so often.
I should show you my copy.
Yeah. My copy of Neuromancer is also destroyed because I read the hell out of that too. I see them as being so bloody different that.
Shit, did I say Necromancer?
I don't know.
Neuromancer.
I've been drinking all night, dude. You may have said
I may have said Necromancer.
splunge, and I would sort of, I may be just laying what I thought you were saying. But my book,
Neuromancer.
my Neuromancer is also similarly destroyed. I have a couple of I've got some Greg Bear books that are absolutely destroyed as well. Because here's the thing, I go back to these books when life becomes too much. Like when the stress of life just gets too much, I dive into those old books. I'm not like searching for new sci-fi, although I probably should. There's probably some fabulous stuff out there. But like I'll dive into Heart of the Comet or something. And I love the hard science books because of the fact that I'm a massive lover of science, even though I never got the math to go into it. Stan is saying Larry Niven. Yeah, so absolutely. I read a book called Manifest Time, which was like the first in a series of books. And then I never sort of dove past that, and I should sort of go back because that was a sort of a next gen or a later sci-fi book, and fascinating stuff happening. And sci-fi writers give themselves the permission to say "what if," the way sometimes even fantasy writers don't. Right? Like so much fantasy is there's a dragon or there are dragons. 3 armies cruise at each other across the moors. We got a wizard, we got a princess, we got a warrior. And like so much, especially the old D&D books were so formulaic and stuff. But I find that science fiction authors who go deep into sort of the hard science of what they're trying to get across can sometimes just lift you out of everything, like lift you out of the whole deal and say, here's a story that will absolutely consume you for the next 400 pages. In hindsight, that really sounded boring. But anyways,
I found a list of the top 100 sci-fi books of all time, and I was
really?
going through them one by one. And then of course, there's a bunch of on there that you've already heard of, like Ringworld. There's Snow Crash is on there.
Oh yeah.
Fahrenheit
Fair.
451, 1984. But there's
Yep.
some on there that I couldn't get through. Hyperion, I could not get through. And it's like a few people get together and they start telling their own stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is so boring. This is nothing's happening.
Hyperion?
But like someone like Snow Crash was very interesting. I went through it and I'm like, why is this then in the top 100? But I had to, and then I listened to it again because I only do audiobooks.
Okay.
And like, okay, I'm getting it more this time. It's like maybe I need to do this a couple more times. But it's also how I found Neuromancer. Damn it. Which is probably my favorite book ever.
And Neuromancer was a seminal book for me. Seminal. Tim Keaggy's wife suggests he paints sci-fi type paintings.
Yeah. Why not?
What the hell is that film we were talking about? The British film about the last man on Earth.
Oh, the last man on Earth.
Is that what it's called?
No, it wasn't.
No, because I remember in the film poster there was like this guy, and then there were like these huge mushroomy things.
Yep. I found it. I know I found it for you. Oh, The Quiet Earth.
The Quiet
That's
Earth.
what it was.
I just remember
Yeah.
like the poster was like the quintessential sci-fi image, Little guy standing there. Oh, like they look like, I don't know, mushrooms or mushroom clouds or something. Sort of going off into the distance. Stan
Really?
says Shatner's Star Trek book Memories is a good read. Didn't even know it existed. The Quiet Earth.
Have you found that?
No, because I can't type anything without typos because somebody made me drink tonight.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Quiet Earth, the film. Oh, right, and the Saturn-like planet. Yeah, absolutely. And like that was like the last scene, wasn't it, where he was walking out to those things?
Yeah.
Did it say what those mushroomy cloud things were though? I gotta rewatch that film. I've only seen
That's
it
a good
once.
question.
It was forever ago. It's absolutely forever ago. That was like the 80s, right? 84, 86, 85, something like that. 84, 86, 85. That was a weird bracketing of dates, wasn't it?
Yes, it was early 80s.
Back in the day.
The Quiet Earth.
Quiet Earth. I gotta watch that film. Yeah. I gotta watch that.
I don't want to give out spoilers, but I know why that was the last scene.
Yeah, I got to see the film again because I was young when I saw it, and I have. It's weird. I just remember that last scene, and I remember him being alone for much of the. I did a painting and Russell loved it. Remember that one, Russell?
I do. It was creepy. I liked it. I wanted it.
It was creepy.
I wanted it, so I made it mine. Well, not actually.
Shite, did I do my Duolingo yesterday? I'm getting really pissed if I missed yesterday because I just noticed that it's just way too late to recapture it if I missed it. I must practice my Swedish. No, I'm good. Oh, phew. I'm good. All right, mister. I gotta go to bed. First, I gotta go pee-pee. Sorry. First, I'm gonna go piss. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
Early?
Then I'm gonna wake up.
All right. Well, I would have to say your mic works fine.
I like it. I'm happy. It makes me happy. Because dealing with all the mic issues that I have been dealing with is like, this mic was expensive. Why do I have to deal with this? And it's just because I didn't take the time to really dial anything in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night, Jess.
Have yourself a
I'm
merry
taking
little
out.
evening.
I'm taking off as well.
All right. Good night, everyone in the side chat. To those of you who I haven't met before, before, it was nice to meet you. all of those of you who I've known. Oh, bugger it. Have a good night, everyone.
We'll see you
Bye.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Bye.